emergency crews available as needed. For more information, go to frisbeeinc.com.
At Maury Clinic Sports Medicine, we are available when you need us most. I'm Dr. Andrew Westbrook, and I am the sports medicine physician at Maury Clinic. I see patients of all ages and help them come back stronger than ever. From broken bones to joint pain, my team and I are committed to help you do more. For those with sports injuries, come see us at our sports medicine walk-in clinic Monday and Thursday mornings from 8 to 9 a.m. Prevent, recover, and strengthen so you can perform your best. Maury Clinic Sports Medicine. Make your move with confidence.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Welcome back courtside here, Sacred Heart High School. Devin Haney along with Tyler Smith as we get ready for Southeast of Saline's girls taking on Sacred Heart. This is a matchup, dare I say, these two teams are playing probably as good a basketball as you can play in the state right now, especially when you look at teams 4A and under. The Sacred Heart girls have won 5 in a row, including the Hillsboro tournament that they knotted that thing up on Saturday after it went a duration of about 10 days. They defeated Moundridge on Saturday 47-41. That was a big win. Moundridge very, very good on the girls' side of basketball again this year, along with their boys, and right now they are setting just a smidge ahead of Sacred Heart in the girls' standings. They are in the same sub-state. That was a big, big statement for Carl Hines and his Lady Knights. They have won 12 of the last 13. Their only loss in the last 13 games was January 16th at Ellsworth, 53-45. Southeast of Saline, they've won 8 in a row on their own, including the Sterling tournament. They have only allowed opponents to score 30 or more points twice in the last 10 games. They defeated Ellsworth Friday night on the road, 58-21. Their last loss came January 6th at home versus Sacred Heart, 45-47. I tell you all that to bring in Tyler Smith and talk about this contest. Tyler, this is going to be a good one here. We get a chance to set courtside for it. We have a great view of this one between Sacred Heart and Southeast of Saline. This should be a very, very good basketball game as we are ready for starting lineups here, as we are just about ready to get this one going. It should be a fantastic game.
Yeah, definitely. We legitimately have two of the hottest teams in the state, and you said it. I don't care what class they're in. These are two of the hottest teams in the state. The wins that they've accumulated, in the last month have just been, they've been mind-blowing. You talk about, the wins and how both these teams have won games. I mean, Sacred Heart just rolling through that Hillsboro tournament. What a tip of the cap to, Carl Hines and, this Sacred Heart squad. We know what Sacred Heart's going to bring. We know what Southeast is going to bring. We're going to talk a lot about Abbott Pearson tonight because we always do. But this is the first time that Abbott Pearson is getting to run it back. This is the first time that Southeast is playing the team that they lost to without ABBA, and now ABBA's in the show. So it's going to be fun to watch this whole matchup. We'll talk more about this. I'm assuming we're getting ready to go to perhaps a national anthem at some point. I'll keep talking until you cut me off. But, no, I don't know if there's a better seat. This is like Super Tuesday feel.
Well, let's go over starters here. I think we might have the anthem in between games. So let's touch on our starters. For Carl Hines in his 5th season, the Sacred Heart Lady Knights are 14-3. They're 5-1 in league play. They will start Addie Lee. The junior is the leading scorer for the Lady Knights, 14.5 points a game. She also leads the team in steals. Skylar Douglas is a senior. She is averaging 14 points a game, also 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Nicole Richards, also a senior, 4 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists per game. Emmy Lee is a freshman, 12 points a game. She leads the team in assists at 4 assists per contest, also 3 rebounds a game. And Eden Sharpton on the inside, a junior, 7 points, almost 5 rebounds a game for the Sacred Heart Lady Knights. For Southeast of Saline, under the direction of head coach Shauna Smith in her 10th season, assisted by Steve Reedy and Kylie Holmes, they come in 13-3. They are 5-2 in league play. They will start 2 sophomores in the backcourt. Reese Heinrich, a 5'2" sophomore, 8.5 points, 2.5 rebounds, 2.5 assists per contest. Kaya Samuelson's coming off a 30-point performance on Friday against Ellsworth. She's the leading scorer, leading stealer, and leading assist getter on this team. 12.5 points, 5.5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 43 steals so far on the season. Sutton Douglas is a 5'7" senior, 6.5 points, 5.5 rebounds a game. Sutton is the leading rebounder for the Lady Trojans. Also, Reagan Duran, a 5'5" junior, 7 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. And Abigail Pearson, a 5'7" senior, 8 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists per contest. Southeast of Saline comes in. They are outscoring their opponents on average of almost 20 points a game, Actually, it is 20 points again. 52.7 to 32.6. They have been rolling, but so has Sacred Heart. Tyler Smith, your new image audio. Keys to success tonight for the Lady Trojans.
It's ABBA. What can ABBA do? It's Abigail Pearson tonight. We talk about, since she has come back into the lineup, we talk about her broken hand that happened in Game 2. All of a sudden, Southeast went 3-3 in her absence. They haven't lost in her return. And again, this is a game that you can run it back. This is a team that you lost to without ABBA. I think it's always interesting to see where you are. And you see these numbers spike. You've seen everything that happens. But it's everything that ABBA does. ABBA against Ellsworth, 5 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, okay? Nothing's going to, just jump out at you. That's what she does, but she does everything. That's what ABBA does. But I think tonight it's how you handle Eden Sharpton. Sharpton's such a good athlete. We know about the guard play from Sacred Heart. They're some of the best guards in the state of Kansas. You handle Eden Sharpton down low. That's what ABBA can do. It's going to be a fun night.
Sharpton and Duran started it off in the center circle. Sacred Heart will be having the basketball here as they open up in their white jerseys trimmed in gold. There's a little bit of dark blue outlining the numerals and letters on that jersey. Southeast of Saline in their road purples trimmed in black and white. Here's a three-pointer on the right wing. That's no good. Reagan Duran with the rebound. Southeast wants to run up the right-hand sideline, and a foul will be called here against Sacred Heart. Skylar Douglas trying to get that ball away from Kaya Samuelson, commits the first foul, and it comes 23 seconds into the game.
Oh, that's a tough call against Douglas right there. I thought she went high hand. Might have got that left hand that we couldn't see from this angle, but that's a tough foul right there on, early on Douglas.
Heinrich springs open on the sideline baseline. Now she tries to pass it over to Duran, who is dancing with the defender. That ball goes out of bounds at 2 slap hands. Now they go back to play defense after the first turnover of the game.
And Devin, just to give viewers, if you're watching Sacred Heart for the first time, this is a team that you would love to watch. I mean, they're gritty. They're going to run. They're going to get shots up. They attack. They're Carl Hines and Shauna Smith, coach, very similar. You see right there, Lee drives the basket, draws a foul. They're going to attack you. They're not going to sit back and do things. They're going to attack at all times.
Foul is on Pearson that time. Addie Lee just got by Reagan Duran at the half-court stripe and then just stepped on the accelerator. She was not going to stop. Got all the way to the cup where she ran into Pearson. Pearson got the block. Lee at the free throw line misses the first.
You're going to see elite perimeter play tonight. I mean, there's multiple perimeter players that are just so good. They're going to do so many things. Lee is one of them as she buries that second free throw. Great ball handling. It's who can take care of the ball, who can get rebounds, who can just go fight.
An early foul on both teams. 1-0 Sacred Heart. Pearson now with it. She'll pitch it out off the drive to Heinrich. They'll work it back now to Durant. Now to Pearson on the right-hand side. She goes inside to Samuelson. Samuelson kisses it off the window, off the cut. Give the assist to Abba Pearson. And the first 2 points for Southeast to Kaya Samuelson.
Well, and Samuelson's getting face guarded by Lee, and she runs her around, and we've seen the ball movement so crisp and so clean, so fresh and so clean. If you want to go with a little bit of that, from Outcast. But the ball movement, just moving around so quickly, it just frees Samuelson up for the layup.
Crisp ball movement here for Sacred Heart. They go in deep to Sharpton. She turns around on Pearson. Abba up to the task, gets the stop. Rebound once again, Reagan Duran. Here's Duran now in transition. Has it tipped and taken away. Skylar Douglas with the steal. Now Duran trying to get it back, but the ball out of bounds on the far side, and Southeast will set up here on defense.
I love the way Skylar Douglas plays that ball on Reagan Duran. It's kept her defensive integrity. Just put that ball up there. That's something that Reagan Duran's got to understand. This is a good defensive team. The perimeter players are really good. They're going to get their hands up there. You got to make sure it can't just be a pass over top. You got to throw that ball underneath, a little bit of a bounce pass.
Not even 2 minutes into this one. 2-1. Southeast of Saline leading by a single digit. Sacred Heart throws it inside. Here's a turnaround and a shot put up left-handed from Skylar Douglas, and she scores her first points of the night.
Yeah, Douglas is one of those 3-level scorers. She can score down low. She can score mid-range games. She can score from the outside right there. Just a good matchup for her. And oh, my mercy.
Here's a backdoor cut. Duran, and she's going to score. Kaya Samuelson just dropped the dime on Reagan Duran.
How about that backdoor cut from Duran to go and the confidence from Samuelson to throw that backdoor pass, knowing she had a good receiver at the backside.
Three-pointer Lee from the corner. That's no good. Sharpton down low. We'll fish it out and save it for Sacred Heart. Here's another three-pointer, and that's good. Douglas with 5 in a row for Sacred Heart. 6-4, Lady Knights leading by 2.
Yeah, Skylar Douglas is super dangerous. Just like we said, she can score from all 3 levels. We've seen 2 of those 3 levels. Hopefully we don't see many more.
Heinrich has it. Now Samuelson. Kaya wants a three off the mark to the right-hand side. Rebound taken in. It's going to be Sacred Heart and Skylar Douglas. Up the floor to Addie Lee. She tries to get to the cup. Heinrich there to bother her, and the ball goes out of bounds, and it will go to southeast of Saline. Good stop by Heinrich. Back on an island on defense.
And just the angles. We talk about the angles all the time with Heinrich. She understood where she was in the basketball court. She just continued to play defense. Understood when that ball was caught that deep, there was nowhere for Lee to go. Lee just shoots the ball. No angle for Lee. Bangs off the back of the backboard.
High post to Douglas. She's going to curl around, go to the cup. Contact, no call. Basket. Sutton Douglas. Sutton got in foul trouble in the first meeting of these two teams. She fouled out of the game. That'll be another luxury of having another player like Abba Pearson.
And you see the matchup difference right now. It was Douglas that was, right there. You see a three drilled by Richards. But Douglas has the Richards matchup. Pearson has the Sharpton matchup. That's going to keep Douglas out of foul trouble.
3-point lead by Sacred Heart after Nicole Richards drills a three. Douglas trying to score on the other end, this time on the right-hand side of the basket. Cannot. Sacred Heart speeding back the other way. Boy, these Sacred Heart Lady Knights, they know one pace, and that is accelerator mashed through the bottom of the floorboard. And now here's a foul called on Heinrich that will stop play.
And that's one thing you're going to see from both teams, right? The accelerator is going to be going. There's going to be a lot of times that just buckets are made, and we're going to still be talking about the previous bucket. They want to run, but that's exactly what Shauna Smith wants. I mean, this starting five from Sacred Heart is fantastic. You got to get into their bench if you're Southeast Saline. That's going to be the strength for Southeast.
And there's not much bench there. I know they had a game last week. It might have been Saturday against Mountain Ridge. The starters played the entire game, I'm told. They didn't even substitute.
They did, and they needed to. And what a great win that was for Carl Hines and Sacred Heart Knights to get that win against Mountain Ridge, a previously undefeated team. But, yeah, that's one thing that you have to do if you're Southeast is get into the Sacred Heart bench.
Samuelson, a big bump there from Addie Lee. No whistle. They swing it over now left-hand side. Duran with the ball above her head. Reagan now will play it to Samuelson in the center of the floor. Kaya unloads it left to Heinrich. Reese wants to drive. Now throws it along the baseline. It goes off of Duran, but then off of Eden Sharpton at last. And it will stay here with southeast of Saline. Sacred Heart leading by 3.
And you just have to execute tonight. Both coaches know each other so well. They know every single move. There's defenders there. It's how well do you execute the simple things.
Reagan
number
Duran,
2 on Douglas.
Fake to the left. Was trying to go to the right-hand side of the basket. Tried to fake over her left shoulder, then pivoted back around on a 180 play, and a reach foul called will send Reagan Duran to the free throw line. And as you said, the second foul on Skylar Douglas here with 3:40 left to go in the first period.
And we can, as the first free throw goes, we were kind of blocked from that call from an official, but that's big. You get 2 on Douglas. I mean, again, Douglas does so many things. Offensively, she's an absolute animal. She does everything defensively as well. To get her with 2 fouls is a huge, huge plus for Southeast.
Reagan 1 of 2 at the free throw line. Brings Sacred Heart back to within 2. 9-7. Lady Knights leading. Looking at a 3 on the left-hand side. Now they dump it in down low to Sharpton. She takes one dribble, now kicks it right back out to Addie Lee. Now into the hands of Emmy Lee. She'll drive into the paint. She'll stop now. Play it back out for a three-pointer. That's an air ball, but Sacred Heart's going to recover it. Throw it into the hands of Reese Heinrich, who takes it away. First turnover for the Lady Knights. Here comes Southeast up the floor. A ball that's tipped, but Taryn Getsu is into the game. Saves it for Southeast. And now a traveling violation on Kaya Samuelson.
Samuelson literally came out of her shoe right there. I mean, everything was fine. It's just the shoe didn't fit. We won't bring up the brand of the shoe. We don't want to get in trouble with that. But she came out of the shoe. It wouldn't be a travel if the shoe sticks, but it had to travel.
Charlotte Knopf into the game. She will replace Abigail Pearson. Give her a break. 3 minutes left to go, first quarter. 9-7 is our score. Sacred Heart leading with the basketball. Working the offense on the right wing. Duran on ball defender. Now Lee with a 3. Emmy Lee. That's no good. A rebound once again. Skylar Douglas. Douglas now. She'll play it out to Addie Lee. Extra pass. Three-pointer to Nicole Richards, who gets her second three-pointer of the day. 3 threes already for Sacred Heart, and they lead it by 5.
Yeah, and you can see how they want to play. They're going to use Sharpton down low, and they're going to try to work it. As you see a 3 right there from Getz missed.
Taryn Getz comes up empty from the left wing. Here comes Sacred Heart back the other way. 3 guards spread out all over the floor from sideline to sideline. Now a steal, Reese Heinrich. She takes it away for the second time. 2 turnovers for Sacred Heart, 2 steals for Reese Heinrich. Southeast needs to score here. 2:09 left to go first quarter. They trail by 5. Here's Durant getting into the paint. Saves it out to Knopf. Her shot off the window goes. Nice save by Reagan Duran and the bucket by Charlotte Knopf.
I love Knopf just grabbing the basketball right there, just going up strong, and with the finish, I don't think Duran had any clue where Knopf was. Just kind of dumped that ball off. Just a great catch and finish from Knopf.
Big early bucket there by SES. 1:43 left to go. Opening quarter. Sharpton down low, trying to score on Knopf, and she does. She swept around with the left hand and went up and got it. First basket of the game for Sharpton. 4 of the 5 starters for Sacred Heart have scored, and now Heinrich slips down and the ball goes out of bounds. 4 turnovers for Southeast. They've had 2 unforced turnovers like that.
And another footwork kind of, it looked like Reese came to a nice complete jump stop, just slid a little bit. Nice. It looks like I believe this gym was refinished 2 or 3 years ago. Like, it looks good, but right now just Southeast is struggling to get their footing on this gym floor.
There is no shot clock in this game. Sacred Heart, the only NCAA team that did not install the shot clock. So we aren't concerned with that tonight. 1:15 left to go here in the first quarter. Sacred Heart with a 5-point lead. Here's a drive and a hand check call. I believe it's going to go against Taryn Getz.
Yeah, and it's one of those things. I love it when you see both officials with the whistle simultaneously with the fist up. Like, they knew where the foul was. Getz just kind of got beat a little bit, got the hands on. It's a good call from the officials.
Third team foul for Southeast of Saline. Sacred Heart trying to inbound now underneath their own basket. 70 seconds left to go, opening quarter. Here's the pitch out to Addie Lee. Fake the 3. Now she'll bring it back to the middle of the floor. Now a drive and a scoop shot that's up, no good. Sharpton will clean it up, though, on the backside. Nobody boxing out Eden Sharpton there. She has back-to-back buckets now with 4. Now a steal by Addie Lee. Boy, Southeast just being sloppy here in this first quarter, and right now it's costing them. They trail by 7, and they've just committed another foul.
Yeah, it did right there. Just lazy on that inbounds pass. Great job from Lee right there. Just get a hand in there. All of a sudden gains the basketball. And what Lee did is she let everything else happen to her. She didn't panic and all of a sudden try to score. With a 2-on-1, she creates, she tries to penetrate, gets the foul called on Samuelson.
First foul on Samuelson. Now Sacred Heart throws it away. Kyle will pick up the loose ball. 3 turnovers for Sacred Heart. Long pass up the floor. Douglas. Sutton missed the layup. Reagan Duran coming in trying to save the ball. She's tangled up down low, and Sacred Heart will muscle it away. Nice play that time by Nicole Richards for the Lady Knights. 29 seconds left to play. Here's Holly Bonilla into the game for Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart will play for the last shot here, I am assuming, leading by 7. Goes to the right-hand side on the wing, Addie Lee. She takes a look at the clock. 14 seconds left to go. Sacred Heart trying to extend their 7-point lead to end the first quarter. Here's a drive by Emmy Lee. She stops in the paint. Kicks it out for a 3-pointer. Left-hand side at the top of the backboard. Durant has it. Now up the floor to Kaya Samuelson. Samuelson trying to do the impossible. Got a shot up, but it won't go. And we are at the end of the first quarter. Sacred Heart leading 16-9 over Southeast of Saline. Live stream video on SalinaPost.com and also the radio broadcast here on KINA. It's presented tonight by the Cale Sharp Agency of Shelter Insurance.
Farmers, it's time to start planning for the 2026 planting season, and Phillips Seed is here to help you pick the best genetics for your operation. From top-performing corn hybrids and high-yield soybean varieties to proven milo varieties and advanced seed treatments, we focus on products that perform where you farm, backed by local testing and proven on-farm performance. Phillips Seed helps get your crops off to a strong start. Visit phillipsseed.com and find us on Facebook or X. Phillips Seed, serving, innovating, growing since 1985.
It's that time of year again. Beautiful snow and ice. But if that's not what you want on your sidewalk or driveway, Sage's fast-acting snowplow ice melt with anti-tracking technology and liquefier is what you need. Safe on vegetation and works at sub-zero temperatures. Plus, it's the best ice melt out there. So this year, don't be caught off guard when the snow and ice starts falling. Call Sage Products at 309-1919 or visit us at sageselects.com.
You're listening to Southeast Trojan Hoops on KINA.
A steal by Sacred Heart to begin the quarter, and they have extended this lead now 18-9. That was the first basket for Emmy Lee. All 5 starters have scored for the Knights, and here's a Ball up high by Abba Pearson, put back in by Sutton Douglas on the opposite side.
Yeah, this defense, they're going to press you, and it's going to be man-to-man, or they might trap you every once in a while. You just got to be able to handle the pressure. If there's right there defensively, a great job from Kai Samuelson with the block. But you have to handle the pressure, right? You're okay with a turnover every now and again. That's going to be perfectly fine. This defense will come at you at different waves. Carl Hines does a great job, just like Emmanuel Adigan did, with Hugoton. Like, it's going to have different looks, but you just have to be able to handle it. You can't have it turn into an easy bucket like it did right there that Lee had on Heinrich.
The difference right now, you could make the argument, Sacred Heart shot the 3-ball very well in that first quarter. They had 3 3-pointers. Southeast of Saline didn't hit any. 18-11 is our score. Sacred Heart working it around the perimeter. Even when they go inside, they'll come back outside, and there it is. Sharpton on the kick, and a 3-pointer that's up, hits the heel. Samuelson with the rebound. Here comes Kaya 1 minute into the second quarter. Pearson on the left-hand side. She'll cross over now, watch a couple of cutters. She wanted to swing it up top. Now Douglas has to go set the screen, but Pearson doesn't have a dribble. Now she'll have it on the low bounce pass to Douglas. Sutton all the way to the cup, and she's going to run into a defender, and they're going to call a blocking foul on Sacred Heart. Sutton Douglas will get 2 free throws.
And a great job from Sutton, right? Like, we see her in the post do so many just nice things for Southeast right there. Caught it on the wing and just continue to go to the basket until somebody stopped her. But let's go back to the three-point shooting. Nicole Richards right now is the one that's beating you from Sacred Heart. You'll let that happen, right? You're going to give Nicole Richards that shot. If it's not a Lee or a Douglas, you're going to be all right. Like, those are the people that you can't have hit threes. Douglas has one. The Lees haven't hit one yet. You're going to attack them. You're going to fly at them after Douglas hits that first free throw.
Second free throw also rattling in for Sutton Douglas. She has 4 points in this second quarter, 6 for the game. Sacred Heart hit 7 3-pointers in the first meeting between these two teams back on January 6th at Southeast of Saline's gym. You expect them to be maybe a tick better here in their home gym. So far they have been. Here's a 3-pointer left-hand side that goes unanswered. Sacred Heart trying to get the rebound and stumbling out of bounds after she got the ball was Addie Lee, and it'll go back to Southeast.
Well, and one thing we're seeing that Sacred Heart's done that no other team has done that's played Southeast is they're just attacking the offensive rebounds. They're giving themselves second chance opportunities, and they're eliminating on the defensive side opportunities for Southeast. I mean, that's one thing we've seen. Southeast just continue to win the rebounding game. They're not so much just attacking and winning it as we've seen such a great job in games past.
Southeast is just being super sloppy right now. They are not giving Sacred Heart probably credit that they deserve on defense. There's another unforced turnover. Here's a 3-pointer now for Sacred Heart. That's no good. Rebound tipped by Reagan Duran into the hands of Reese Heinrich. Southeast of Salina has 5 turnovers. 3 of them have been unforced. Here's Douglas inside. Sutton Douglas starting to take over for Southeast.
That little, like, just the angle that Duran got right there, looked like she's going to go to the wing, just slipped it down to Douglas. Douglas, a strong finish down low.
Here's a drive by Emmy Lee. She stops just inside of the free throw line. Now kicks it out to Addie Lee. Reese Heinrich, arm's length away. She'll back up with Addie Lee all the way to the logo. Now Addie gets rid of it. Ends up on the right-hand side. Into the hands of Skylar Douglas, guarded by Samuelson. Now back into the hands of Addie Lee. She'll step back for a 3. It's up off the front of the rim, no good. And a rebound taken in down low by Bryn Bouchard. She is fresh into this game. Here's another 3-pointer off the offensive rebound. That's an air ball. Douglas will claim it this time for SES. Here comes Pearson with it. 5:04 left to go in the second quarter. Heinrich outside. Now inside to Duran. And Reagan just unsure about what to do. Just sped up right now, takes steps when she still had her dribble available.
Yeah, right there. The flow was great. That transition game was nice, and then Duran just kind of got stuck, didn't know what to do, had the ball up, just power dribble, be in control right there for Duran. Duran's doing so much, she's expending so much energy defensively. I think right there she's like needed a little bit of a break offensively and got caught with the travel.
As silly as what it is, when Reagan Duran gets the ball in that spot tonight, she has an advantage for Southeast height-wise.
Yes, and that's one of the first times. I mean, normally she's got a taller player on her, but she's so athletic, she just goes. She's got to attack in that situation.
You put that with her jumping ability, you'd love to see her elevate and score that next time. We work our way towards the 4-minute mark of the second quarter. Still a 3-point game. Southeast doing their best to fight back into this after trailing by 9. Here's Emmy Lee on the drive. Heinrich, though, right there with her, switching on defense. Duran right now on Addie Lee. They're trying to get the ball to Addie. Now they have to up top at the logo. Good defensive possession here by Southeast. Now Addie Lee's going to drive, and a layup is good, but they call a charge. Pearson slides over and she takes the charge. It's a player control foul on Addie Lee.
Yeah, waved the basket off. Just a great job from Pearson. She understood that Lee was coming in, drove to the basket after that little shot fake, comes in. Again, nothing surprised you from Pearson. That's the Pearson effect. That's what we talk about, pregame. That's what Abba can do. She can do it all right there. It's a huge play.
4 minutes left. Samuelson just set up Addie Lee, went behind her back and lost the defender. Now to Heinrich. Now back to Samuelson. Kyle watching inside as she floats to the right with the dribble. Now she's wanting somebody to move, shouting instructions. Skip pass over the top. Goes to Taryn Getz. Getz wants to drive off the window, and it's good. Taryn Getz gets her first 2 of the night.
That baseline game from Getz is just, I don't know how you stop it. She can beat you from the outside shooting a 3, and she can also drive to the baseline.
Missed 3. Douglas another rebound. Here comes Southeast. Pearson in the middle of the floor. Had Samuelson backdoor, but it was too crowded. She elects not to throw the pass, and now a traveling violation on Pearson. 6th turnover for Southeast of Saline in this first half. And now a timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. 3:23 left to go here in the first half. It's a 1-point game. Sacred Heart leading by 1 here on KINA.
Whether on the field, court, or in the operating room, experience matters. A coach loves an experienced team just like a patient values an experienced doctor. Salina Ortho has ABOS board-certified physicians with over 40 years of orthopedic service. If you need help staying active or just want to discuss options regarding the newest techniques and services and specialties that Salina Ortho provides, see one of our trusted physicians or visit salinaortho.com. Salina Ortho, your voice, your choice, past, present, and future.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline basketball on KINA.
3:23 left to go here before halftime. 18-17. Sacred Heart leading by 1 with the basketball. Welcome back here. Courtside, Devin Haney, Tyler Smith. A 9-point advantage early on in this quarter for Sacred Heart, but Southeast behind Sutton Douglas has come fighting back. Here's a drive now and another kick for a 3. Sacred Heart comes up empty on that one as well. Douglas with the rebound, lost it, but it went right to Kaya Samuelson, who brings it up the floor.
Yeah, and how nice is this? Douglas doesn't have to play the entire game, right? Like she's able to get a breather. She comes in, does a great job right there, just fighting for boards. It's Trojans by volume right now. It's Sutton, it's Pearson. They're both be able to help out on Sharpton.
Taryn Getz tried a baseline drive, lost the basketball. Now right back at the defense is Skylar Douglas for Sacred Heart. She will draw a foul and will earn herself a trip to the free throw line. Foul against Taryn Getz is her second.
Yeah, and that's one thing Douglas is so good at. She's so good at getting herself to the bucket. She feels that contact. The games don't compare completely as the first free throw's missed, but her and Pearson just understand the game so well. They know how to, like Douglas is Sacred Heart's Abigail Pearson. She can get herself to the bucket. She can get herself buckets. She can kill you in so many different ways.
Douglas missed the first free throw. Second one will find a home. 3 points in the quarter for Sacred Heart. They lead it by 2. Samuelson comes up the floor. Sweeps a crossover, back and forth. Now plays it to Heinrich. Now in the hands of Abba Pearson. Backdoor cut. Samuelson couldn't get to the ball. The ball might have been a little far out in front of her. I couldn't see there. An official standing in our point of view, and it goes out of bounds. It's another turnover for Southeast of Saline. It's their 8th.
Yeah, just good defensive positioning and just making sure that backdoor cut's not there. We saw Southeast just torch Ellsworth with the backdoor cut, on Friday night. Tonight you're seeing Sacred Heart. They're staying, they're making sure the initial pass in there and the backdoor's not there either.
Addie Lee guarded 3 off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound Southeast. Southeast is doing a much better job on the defensive boards here in the second quarter. They gave up a couple of second chance kickouts for 3s in the first period. Within 2, Samuelson with it. Bounces it inside. Pearson absorbs the contact, and she scores. Abigail Pearson with her first bucket of the game. We're tied at 19.
Yeah, the big-time scorers haven't scored yet, right? That's Pearson's first bucket of the night. We haven't seen Samuelson or Heinrich get off the mark. I mean, that's a good thing or a bad thing. That means either Sacred Heart's doing what they're doing and staying strategically well defensively, or watch out, the flurry's getting ready to come. 1:32
left to go here in the second quarter. We'll recap first half scoring for you. Also visit with Francis Flax coming up at halftime. 19-19. Here's Emmy Lee trying to drive. Shutting her off is Reagan Duran. They'll kick it out, though, and get a 3 from Skylar Douglas.
And talking about the big-time scores right there, Douglas is now getting off. That's 9 for Douglas. Again, just catch and release. Good catch, good finish from Douglas.
Samuelson with it up top. High post entry to Sutton Douglas. Now to Duran. Duran wants to come around. She leaves it off the backboard a little too strong. And a battle for the basketball won by Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart's winning the 50-50 battle here in this first half thus far. Here's a drive now. Addie Lee has her shot blocked by Reagan Duran. Taken away by Samuelson. Here comes Southeast of Saline with numbers 5 on 4 the other way. Bounce pass inside to Duran. Back to Samuelson. She had a Sacred Heart night. Late getting back down the floor. Took a swipe at the shot. Samuelson gets the rebound, goes back to the cup, and is fouled. Boy, what a tough situation there for Kaya Samuelson. Addie Lee was late getting back, and she took a swipe at Samuelson right when she shot that three.
Yeah, it's one of those awkward things, right? Like, I don't know if Lee, had any intent to block the shot. Just that running by as you're taking that 15-footer just makes it a little bit awkward. Samuelson missed it. Good to see the ball go through the hoop for Samuelson. We saw her 30 on Friday against Ellsworth. Right there, has a field goal. First time she's actually seen that ball from 15 just go in. Let's see her get going.
Kaya got the first free throw, second one on the way, and it also is in. 4 points for Kaya Samuelson. It's a 1-point Sacred Heart lead. Let's see if the Lady Knights want to play for the last shot here. 32 seconds left on the clock. There's no shot clock active in this gym. 22-21. Home team leading by 1. Southeast of Saline playing defense. They play it to Emmy Lee on the left. Now to Addie Lee, top of the circle. She'll back it out a little bit. Now play it over to the right to Richards. Southeast playing man-to-man defense. Richards backs Pearson down in the keyhole. Now pitches it back out. Little pick-and-roll opportunity. Missed there. 7 seconds left on the clock. Now a ball that's lost out of bounds. Sacred Heart's going to turn it over. It's their second turnover of the second quarter, and it leaves Southeast 4.7 seconds to try to do something. Sacred Heart's going to set up a full-court press here. Samuelson will be the inbounder. Southeast splits. They go to Duran, back to Samuelson. Kaya, middle of the floor. Clock down to 2, clock down to 1. Samuelson tried to step back, took too much time, and the buzzer sounds. 22-21, our score. Sacred Heart leading by 1 as we go to the break. When we come back, we'll recap first half scoring for you. Check the area scoreboard. We will also have a visit with Francis Flags. We'll see what's coming up for the Southeast of Saline guys and how their weekend was. It's all coming up here at halftime on the Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories Halftime Report. 22-21, Sacred Heart leading by 1 at the break here on KINA.
Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the AmSoil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
And the second free throw is good. The Trojans have called timeout to make some important decisions.
Hi, fans. It's Winnell Garrettson from Salina Homes. In every game, there are lots of options to make the right play. And in real estate, the plays can be challenging. Whether you're a first-time buyer, upsizing for the family, investing in rentals or commercial property, or selling land, I have the knowledge to help you win your real estate game. It's sure to be a slam dunk when I serve as your realtor. Buy or sell, call Winnell.
This is the Trojan Halftime Report. Coming up, a first half recap. Shot at the horn. Stats, interviews, and a look at other area games. Now, let's get back to the gym for Trojan Halftime on KINA.
Back here at Sacred Heart High School at halftime, 22-21. Sacred Heart leading by 1. They had a 9-point lead. The Southeast of Saline has overcome partially, just making it a 1-point game here at the intermission. Time now to look ahead to game number 2 of our doubleheader. It'll be the guys' turn. Southeast of Saline and Sacred Heart for the second time this season as head coach Francis Flax joins us now. It's brought to you by Frisbee Construction. And boy, Coach, first of all, really good girls game, but let's talk about your game on Friday night. You were able to get your 5th win of the season, 63-52 at Ellsworth. Of course, the welcome back for Gannon Jacobson in this game, and just as you said, you saw it in practice. We saw it on the floor Friday in game situations. A little more zip, a little more hustle, a little more everything from your guys as far as the effort department goes. How did you feel about the win on Friday?
Well, first of all, I was pleased with the win. probably played Gannon more than we should have.
Yeah.
But, just the spark that he provides, just the leadership quality. He doesn't have to say anything, and the guys feed off him. So all that was good. Ellsworth, they had a couple pretty good players, but we stayed the course and didn't panic when they got a little lead on us, and were able to knock down shots. We played very smart in the second half.
Yeah, led offensively by Hendricks Lund. And, boy, I know you would love to see more out of Hendricks. We all would. And just sometimes, man, you can shoot yourself into a hot night like that. And I feel like that's what Hendricks did on his way to 20 points. He kind of felt it out a little bit, hit a couple of shots, and then thought, okay, I can keep doing this.
Yeah, and that's good. And he's I tell him early in the game, I'd like for you to put it on the floor and pull up, and then get the feel of everything. But he was in good position to score because, they were watching Gannon and they were watching Tiernan. And so that gives him a good shot to be the guy, and he was last Friday night.
Had 5 at halftime, ended up with 20, had a big third quarter. You also get 30 points split evenly between Tiernan Potacek and Adam Teal. They had 15 points apiece. And just the impact of Gannon Jacobson, I think, needs to be talked about. You and I talked after the game about them making the choice to face guard him with one of their better defenders there towards the end. That made things a little simpler for you playing 4-on-4. Then you look at his stats at the end. He had 6 assists in that game.
Right, yeah. Well, you could see him out there. Every time he had the ball, he could see the whole floor.
Yeah.
And that's something that we haven't had out of that guy out front. We were kind of narrow. We don't see too much of the court. We see half of it, but not the whole court.
You talked about there were stretches in that game where you didn't get a whistle, didn't get the breaks that you're accustomed to just because of the way the game was being called. Now, how was the report from Gannon after the game and then coming back to practice early in the week? Is he feeling okay?
Well, he was sore Saturday.
Yeah, I bet.
And less sore Sunday. And Monday, yesterday in practice, he did okay. We limited his time, but we knew we worked him pretty hard the other night, a little more than probably we should have. But he's got the light to tell us when he needs to come out, as he did in one particular stretch of that game the other night.
You have Sacred Heart here tonight. This is the second meeting. You lost at your place earlier in the season to them. We know what the story is with Sacred Heart, right? And they've been on a tear lately. They've lost a couple of games, which is uncharacteristic of a Sacred Heart basketball team. But their competition level, the teams they have been playing have been really, really good as well.
Yeah, they're playing an outstanding schedule. That midseason tournament, I think, is a boost for them. They get to see teams that they don't see and played in that tournament they played Hillsboro, Mound Ridge, and Holcomb. So pretty good teams.
What's your plan with them? What do you need to do best to try to slow them down?
First of all, somebody has to control Tuttle. We know that, and Wells. Those two guys can just blow the game open for Sacred Heart. The thing we have to do is not get so sped up. We want to run, but we don't necessarily want to get into a track meet with these guys.
Yeah.
If we don't rebound the basketball, they're going to be gone. So we have a pretty good game plan, I think. We'll see how it materializes after a couple minutes. We may have to change some things, but we did some stuff in practice yesterday to try to prep these guys for this game.
Is it a little bit nicer having another guy off the bench? I know you haven't had that yet because Tristan was out on Friday. It looks like he's back on the floor now, but just kind of getting that substitution pattern down a little bit too.
Yeah, that's and it's going to change just a little bit because of Gannon in there. Because the truth of the matter is, in a game like tonight, Gannon might get in the post some.
Yeah.
It might limit either Kane or Tristan a little bit.
Okay, best of luck. We'll talk to you afterwards.
Thank you.
Francis Flax, head coach of the Southeast of Saline Trojans. His guys tonight taking on a league opponent and their rival in the Sacred Heart Knights. Halftime of the girls' game, 22-21. We have a good one going here. When we come back after a 2-minute timeout, we'll go over scoring for you from the first half. We will also take a check of the area scoreboard as well. 22-21 here at the break. It's brought to you by Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories right here on KINA.
Are you ready to make a meaningful impact? Join our professional healthcare team at Salina Regional Health Center. We're seeking dedicated individuals who are eager to provide exceptional care to our community. Our growing organization offers competitive pay, comprehensive benefits, and opportunities for growth. We are committed to supporting you in your career. If you're ready to join a team that values compassion, teamwork, and outstanding patient care, apply at srhc.com. Great careers start here. Salina Regional Health Center. We take care of you so you can care for others.
Are you looking to upgrade your home with high-quality flooring and appliances? Look no further than Salina Appliance and Flooring. We're your one-stop shop for all your home improvement needs. We offer a wide selection of flooring and appliance options. Visit our showroom today located at 740 North 9th or our website at salinaappliance.com.
The Appliance Center, your local, trustworthy, and family-owned appliance dealer, providing sales, service, and parts for Salina and the surrounding area since 1980. The Appliance Center, just north of Ace Hardware on Broadway in the red and white building. Stop in today and experience the Appliance Center difference.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
This is Jeff with Vanderbilt's in Salina. Ladies, your men have been buying Carhartt clothes from us for years, and we have appreciated that, and thank you. We have something for you. We have women's Carhartt jackets, hoodies, sweatshirts, and coats, some for work, some for fashion. Come see us for your Carhartt needs and check out our other ladies' lines of clothing. I don't think you'll be disappointed.
Work boots and Vanderbilt. You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Back here at Sacred Heart High School, just about ready for third quarter action. Let's give you scoring from the first half, brought to you by the Bank of Tesket. Sutton Douglas leads the way for Southeast of Saline. 8 points for her here at the intermission. 4 points for Kaya Samuelson. 3 points for Reagan Duran. 2 all for Taryn Getz, Abba Pearson, and Charlotte Knopf. For Sacred Heart, 9 points for Skylar Douglas, 6 points for Nicole Richards, 4 points for Eden Sharpton, 2 for Emmy Lee, and 1 for Addie Lee. Southeast of Saline, 5 of 6 from the free throw line. Sacred Heart, 2 out of 4. Southeast of Saline, though, with 8 turnovers in the first half. Sacred Heart with 5. Tyler, after you see the first 16 minutes, your thoughts here at the break. What do you want to see here in the third quarter from Southeast?
Devin, not a lot changes, right? Like, the defense has been there. The boards started to be more of a strength in that second quarter. Got to continue just to not give up easy buckets and eliminate second chance opportunities. You said it best. I mean, when Sacred Heart grabs an offensive rebound, they're looking to kick out and get a wide open three, and they'll drill those. They've just absolute snipers on the outside. You got to continue to keep the Lees. Right now, the Lees have combined for 3 points. If we're at the end of the night and the Lees have combined for less than double digits, it's going to be good for Southeast Saline. But someone's got to get loose from Southeast. I mean, the Sacred Heart defense has just been – they've been all over the perimeter players from Southeast. It's going to be a fun second half.
See what the halftime adjustments are. Southeast of Saline starts out on defense. Sacred Heart with the basketball. 22-21, Lady Knight lead. There's a drive. Emmy Lee, she gets into the paint. Now she'll play it out in the perimeter once again to Nicole Richards. Now to Addie Lee. Back to the corner to Emmy Lee. Those two play catch on the right-hand side. Addie will launch a long three. That's no good. Pearson with the rebound for Southeast. Abba Pearson, long pass up the floor. Heinrich. Reese had 2 defenders between her and the basket. She'll save it and play it now on a drive to Duran. Reagan Duran trying to look back door, and she's going to throw it away.
Yeah,
number 9.
Just tough angle. Even if that pass gets to Heinrich, Heinrich's going to be in a tough spot right there. Just that's when Duran's just got to kick that basketball back out, get back into the set.
Ball mishandled there by Addie Lee, but she's going to chase it down before it goes into the backcourt. Sacred Heart has it on their offensive end. 1 minute into the second half. Here's a drive and a bounce pass that's probably ill-advised there, and it's going to be off of Southeast, and it'll stay here with Sacred Heart. They'll inbound underneath their own basket.
And how about the respect we see just from the perimeter players from Sacred Heart? We haven't seen a press yet from Southeast, and that's something that they will live and die by. You haven't seen it yet. I'm wondering if that's going to come out some point in the fourth quarter where you're just going to try to press a little bit, regardless of the score, just kind of go out and give them a little bit of look sometime in the second half. You don't want to show it too early because then you can talk about it at halftime, but at some point, Shauna Smith's got to go to that press after a made bucket.
It's been mostly man-to-man until it's not. Here's Kaya Samuelson out on a pressure. She takes it out of the passing lane, and Kaya all the way down the floor will score 6 points for Samuelson.
And Samuelson just changed of pace after that steal. She tried to draw some contact right there, didn't get the contact, goes up for just makes the wide open layup.
It's an embarrassment of riches when you go to the basket and your mind is like, what should I do here? Here's a three-pointer by Sacred Heart and a 30-second timeout taken as Addie Lee hits the three. And Sacred Heart momentarily, they're down by one. Got the three-pointer from Addie Lee and a quick timeout by Carl Hines. It's a 30-second timeout, which we will keep right here. Remind you, Southeast of Saline basketball is brought to you by Sage Products of Salina. Also, Salina Fence Company, as well as Stardust Trophies and more in downtown Salina.
Then I'll tell you what, that three from Addie Lee, Emmy Lee, and Skylar Douglas. If there's not a hand in their face, if the hand's not up, they're going to let it fly. You got to be up in there. You got to make sure a hand's up right there. Addie Lee just understood she was a foot away from the three-point line, but there's not a hand in the way. Duran did not have the hand there. Lee will let it fly. And watching them, during the halftime break, that's exactly what they all did. They had another Sacred Heart player with them, just putting a hand up, working on that. That's exactly what these players can do. The Lees and the Douglases, you got to keep them off the board. You can't let them get hot, because if they get hot, it's going to be a long night for Southeast.
Samuelson bringing the ball up the floor. She's being shadowed by Addie Lee. A couple of crossovers there by Kaya. Now she's looking to go high post to Douglas. Sutton now to the right-hand side. Pearson, quick trigger three. That's an air ball, no good. Shilber's got it. And the rebound on the backside by Douglas. Here comes Skylar Douglas the other way for the Lady Knights. Kicks it left. Emmy Lee. She'll get into the lane once again. Now play it back to Douglas. Now to Richards on the left. Deep post entry there to Sharpton. She's going to underhand pass it back out. And another three-pointer that's going to be shot, and it's another one. Addie Lee. Kaya Samuelson right there with her, but Addie Lee now back-to-back threes, and Sacred Heart leads it by 5. And the turnover for Southeast. It's not the quantity of turnovers, I think, for Southeast. That's just their 10th, which isn't ridiculous. Sometimes it's just the timing in which they come. That time it came after a made three by Sacred Heart. This time Sacred Heart misses. Samuelson now 1-on-2 break. She pulls up, drains the 12-footer. Kaya Samuelson, her second bucket of the quarter.
What a mature bucket from Samuelson. Just comes down, understand the numbers aren't there, so she's going to pull up from 10, feel it, and it's just a great, getting her feet set, her body set. Great job from Samuelson.
There's a big girl rebound by Abba Pearson. She rips it away from Sharpton and then got traveling with the basketball. How many of those have we seen in this game?
Yeah, just a little miscommunication between her and Heinrich. She was looking to outlet that ball to Heinrich. Heinrich was sprinting out. She thought Pearson was going to bring it up, and Pearson knew immediately if she put the hands on the basketball, she would get called for that violation.
Third turnover of the half for Southeast of Saline. 28-25. Emmy Lee in the paint. She'll kick it out. Here's a three-pointer from Richards. That's no good. Sharpton with the offensive board. And a foul on Abba Pearson that will send Sacred Heart to the free throw line. Skylar Douglas will step to the stripe.
And, I'll say this, and I'll continue to say this. You'll let Richards beat you from the three-point line. We saw her hit her first 2 threes of the game. We saw her miss a three there. There wasn't a lot of defensive pressure on her. You got to make sure you grab the rebound, though. We talked about these second-chance opportunities. Sacred Heart's extremely dangerous with second chances. You see Douglas understand the opportunity. She gets herself, she wiggles free, she gets open, and gets herself a foul on Pearson.
Second foul for Pearson. Taryn Getz will check in. Sutton Douglas will check out. Skylar Douglas made the first free throw. She has a chance here at another one. And she got it. Sacred Heart with 30 points. That's a mark that Southeast of Saline hasn't given up much here lately. They've been holding people under 30. 30-25. 4:35 left to go here in the third. Samuelson with it. Now to the corner. Heinrich. Bounce pass inside to Pearson. Pearson had to fight for that in a double team. Back out to Reese for three. That's no good. Bounce off the rebound. Claimed by Pearson. Now she's knocked to the floor. And Abba Pearson will go to the free throw line.
And, Devin, I think with Southeast, with the success we've seen in the last 6 games, it's been moving the ball. It's just been working the clock. I'm not saying working the clock with the shot clock or anything of that nature, just working the clock side to side, going back and forth, getting that defense to work. Right now we're seeing too many. I think the pass might be going a little bit too early inside. Just continue to make that defense work and get yourself open shots.
Sharpton guilty of the foul. They called it on the floor, so no free throws for Pearson there. Heinrich draws a foul as Emmy Lee reached in on her. Second foul for Emmy Lee. So Douglas, Sharpton, and Emmy Lee all have 2 fouls for Sacred Heart.
And those are all players that understand how to play with fouls, right? Like, they're going to be a little bit aggressive when they don't have, a lot of fouls on them. Right there, you're seeing a good defensive play from Lee.
Here's a loose ball picked up by Samuelson, and Kaya turns and scores again. 10 points now for Kaya Samuelson.
And Samuelson starting to fill it up, right? Like, she see the ball go in the net a couple times. Now it's all of a sudden ball gets in her hands. She's on attack mode offensively.
She's averaging 17.5 points since she's gone to the bun. Here's a three-pointer put up. That's no good. Pearson with a rebound. Here comes Abba with Sharpton on her. Boy, I like Abba playing with Sharpton on her man-to-man. Just pull Abba out from the basket, right? Get Sharpton out of there. Here's Taryn Getz on a drive. Beautiful move, left it hard off the glass. It'll be picked up, though, by Reagan Duran. Back to Pearson. Pearson on a step through. Will score! Abigail Pearson, the craftiness of the senior, gets 2 for Southeast. They're back within 1.
Yeah, just great catch from Pearson. Somehow to stop that basketball. She catches it, she gathers it, goes in, has the patience down low to get herself an open shot.
Emmy Lee trying to take Heinrich to the cup. She does, but she can't score. Now the ball tipped into the backcourt by Duran. Reagan not giving up on it. She runs right through the back of Addie Lee, and that'll be a foul on Reagan Duran. I don't hate that foul at all.
100%, you're exactly right. Great foul from the officials. That 100% was a foul, but you don't mind that at all. It's kind of a loose ball. You're going to try to jar it loose. Duran's called for her first. You're okay with that foul if you're Shauna Smith.
Yeah, put another marble in the jar for Reagan Duran. That's just her first, and that's a hustle foul. 30-29. 3 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. They're switching defense up top. Duran leading the charge at the point. Here's Addie Lee trying to shoot another three over Samuelson. This time Samuelson blocks it, and the loose ball underneath the basket taken in by Heinrich. Here's Pearson. Pearson with her head on a swivel. She'll stop at the three-point line. Sharpton still guarding her, and Abba Pearson lost the basketball. It's on the floor. Samuelson will pick it up. Sharpton was still on the deck. Samuelson will step back and shoot the three. Off the mark, no good. Pearson in there trying to get the rebound. It will be tore out of there by Nicole Richards. 2:29 left to go. Full court pass up the floor to Addie Lee. To the cup. She scores and was fouled. Addie Lee won the race down the floor that time, and she has a chance at a three-point play.
Well, it's just Addie Lee understanding if she goes there, she's going to get herself, and we saw the jump stop changes the pace. We talk about a lot of time with the jump stop. You don't necessarily need a jump stop to gather yourself. It's to change the pace that brings the defender, brings Samuelson into her. Samuelson commits the foul. Good job from Lee to finish that.
Free throw off the front lip, no good. Reagan Duran takes it. 8 points in the quarter for Addie Lee after just scoring 1 in the first half. Taryn Getz has it. Now into the corner to Heinrich. Reese comes back around now. Reagan Duran. Duran gets to the free throw line. Plays it out to Getz. Her three-pointer on the way. Got it. Big shot, Taryn Getz. As she has tied this game at 32.
And there was no room for Getz to get that shot off. She just caught it. She knew immediately, got her feet set behind the three-point line and just buries the three to tie the basketball game up.
32-32. Inside 2 minutes left to go here in the third. Addie Lee with it. She's going to shoot it again. This ball goes way left and goes all the way to the stage. Duran there with her, arm in the air, contesting the shot, and it goes back to Southeast.
And the Lees, both Addie and Emmy, are just so dangerous from the outside, but with a hand up, it's a little bit, it's a difficult shot. I mean, they're dangerous from 23, 24 feet in right there. You just saw the hand up. That's all it takes right there. We've seen a couple just ill-advised shots from the Lees from outside just because there was a hand up from the Southeast defense.
Samuelson with it. Kaya dancing along with Addie Lee defensively. Bounces it into Reagan Duran. The ball went off of Reagan's shoes and then turned over. Sacred Heart takes it back away. 12 turnovers for Southeast of Saline. Here's a drive and a shot put up. That's no good. And the rebound again taken by the shooter, Skylar Douglas. Sacred Heart keeps it. 1:16 left to play.
Devin, I'm more and more impressed by Skylar Douglas every time I see her. I mean, she just understands the game. She understands her strength, being left-handed and going and making sure she gets herself to the rim every time she can.
There's a foul on the floor. It's an unshooting foul coming up on Southeast of Saline. and it will be on Samuelson. That is her third. So Kaya Samuelson has picked up her third foul. Pearson back into the game, but she will replace Reese Heinrich.
And you immediately hear Coach Shauna Smith tell Kaya, you got 3. You got to make sure, you play this game a little bit smarter. You got to play defensively. You still attack defensively, play with your feet, not with your hands.
Sacred Heart thought they had Emmy Lee on 3, but Samuelson was there defensively. They go top of the key, and they get one at the top from Skylar Douglas. 14 points for Skylar Douglas. She has put the Lady Knights back up by 3.
Yeah, just so pure. We saw her catch that ball in rhythm, just gets the shot up nasty.
Here's a turnover out in the passing lane. Sacred Heart takes it away, and now a foul on Reagan Duran as she was chasing down Skylar Douglas, who took that ball away from southeast of Saline. So to the free throw line will go Douglas.
Yeah, ill-advised pass from Samuelson to Duran. That's a good foul, right? You don't want to give a wide-open layup, if anything. And I'm going to say this kind of, tongue-in-cheek. You got to make that foul a little bit harder. You see that first free throw miss. All of a sudden, now it equates, analytically to a great foul because you're not going to get 2 points off an easy layup.
Just the second foul on Reagan Duran. Skylar Douglas at the free throw line got the steal. The 5th of the quarter on southeast of Saline. She makes her second free throw.
And Devin, when I say you got to make it a hard foul, you got to make sure that shot didn't even get up. It's nothing dirty, so you got to foul hard enough where that shot never has a chance to go in.
Heinrich on the left-hand side chases back to the right now, dragging Sacred Heart's defense with them. Inside gets beautiful pass to Douglas, and Sutton Douglas will score. She's in double digits with 10.
And that's the ball movement, right? You got to go lateral. You got to go side to side. Get that defensive work. It just cues Douglas wide open.
Three-pointer, wide open, Skylar Douglas. 39-34. 5-point Sacred Heart lead. And Pearson puts one up at the buzzer too late, and that's the end of the third quarter. 39-34 is our score. Southeast of Saline had a 1-point lead early on in the quarter, but Sacred Heart closes it out, leading by 5. Fourth and final quarter action coming up after this. It's Lady Trojan basketball here on KINA.
Lily Pad Septic.
Oh, hi. I've got a big night planned for Valentine's Day. Candles, dinner, string quartet, and I'm proposing.
Aw, that's amazing.
Yeah, unless this septic smell ruins it. There's a funk in the yard.
Ugh, you're right to call. Cole.
I'm on it, Callie.
The freakishly fast rock.
Hello, sir. Love is in the air, but so is sulfur.
I was going to pop the question on Valentine's Day.
She'd remember it, but just not for the right reasons. I'll jump in and see what's going on.
Cole asked me out for the first time on Valentine's Day.
Well, I hope my proposal goes as well as Cole's did.
Your tank's full, sir, and your drain field's squishy. She deserves a sparkling ring and a clean tank. I've got to tell Callie.
Come home safe, Flush.
If you need a flush in a rush, call Lily Pad Septic.
Lily Pad Septic. Thank you both. Wish me luck.
Callie, give me a kiss.
So you can turn back into Cole?
Nope, because I love you.
You're listening to Southeast Trojan Hoops on KINA.
39-34, Sacred Heart leading by 5 as we start fourth quarter action. Devin Haney, Tyler Smith here courtside at Sacred Heart High School, southeast of Saline. Their 6th consecutive road game. And a turnover to start the quarter. Turnover number 14 in the game.
Yeah, it's just the added pressure from Sacred Heart. There's so many athletes perimeter, just making things a little bit awkward and difficult for Southeast just to even get into their flow.
Sacred Heart leading by 5. Emmy Lee driving now, playing out to the outside to Addie Lee. Now to Skylar Douglas. Emmy Lee now on the right wing. She wants to drive. Sutton Douglas there to shut her off. Emmy wants to drive on her. She does, and the foul on the floor on Douglas. Southeast got caught in a bad matchup that time, and the foul will go against Sutton Douglas.
And how about Lee? Just understand that was a bad matchup, right? She gets Douglas out on the perimeter. That's a matchup plus for Sacred Heart. Lee did a good job just penetrating, drawing the foul.
Lob pass all the way up near the edge of the scores table to Nicole Richards. Now back into the hands of Skylar Douglas. There's Emmy Lee wanting to drive. She leans into Pearson, and Pearson will be called with the foul. 2 quick fouls here by southeast of Saline to start this fourth quarter. Abigail Pearson has 3. So Samuelson and Pearson both with 3 for Southeast of Saline. Emmy Lee on a drive, and another foul called on Southeast. And it's on Sutton Douglas.
And again, those are foul calls I agree with, right? Like, Sacred Heart understands they're going to drive. They're looking to drive and dish. We talk about it all the time. Southeast has so much success. You get 2 feet in the lane, you either go with the shot or you kick it out. That's what Sacred Heart's trying to do right now.
Douglas with the ball. She'll kick it out to Addie Lee, left-hand side. Now back to Douglas. Those two play catch on the left-hand side of the offense. Sacred Heart leading by 5. They've had the ball the whole fourth quarter so far after Southeast started it out with a turnover. And now a timeout called by Sacred Heart. It's a 30-second timeout. A quick one. We'll take it as well. 5-point lead for Sacred Heart here on KINA.
Opening our doors in 1999, Salina Surgical Hospital specializes in excellence in surgical services and digestive health care. It is the depth of experience and the abilities of the physicians and nurses at Salina Surgical Hospital that make it the ideal place for high-tech and high-touch to unite. Patients tell us, I knew I was in good hands with the friendly and knowledgeable staff at Salina Surgical Hospital. Salina Surgical Hospital is partially owned by a group of local community-involved physicians.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
6:44 left to go. 39-34. Sacred Heart leading by 5. Southeast of Saline, Sacred Heart basketball brought to you by the Cale Sharp Agency of Shelter Insurance on Beaumont in Salina. Sacred Heart with it now on a drive. Emmy Lee trying to take Reagan Duran into the lane. She does. A shot is up, no good. Reagan Duran with the rebound, and the foul called on Sacred Heart.
Right there. And a great job defensively from Duran. Understands that the hesitation came from Lee. She stays in front of her, makes it a difficult shot opportunity, but then grabs the rebound and draws the foul on Lee.
So Lee is the first Sacred Heart player with 3 fouls. I said Beaumont for Cale Sharp's agency. It's on Belmont. You knew that. I just misspoke.
We all know where it is.
Yep. 39-34, 6:16 left to go. Southeast of Saline with a big possession here. They trail it by 5. Pearson fakes the 3. Gets inside of that Sacred Heart defense. Leaner off the window goes. Abigail Pearson has a half a dozen. 39-36.
And again, that jump stop just creates pace and space for Pearson. It's a big finish for the senior.
Here's Emmy Lee wanting to drive again. She'll kick it out. Addie Lee open from 3 momentarily. Now she wants to drive. She'll play it out to the far corner to Skylar Douglas. Douglas tries to turn around on Duran. That's no good. Sutton Douglas with the rebound. Here comes Southeast looking the other way. Samuelson with it across the logo. She's looking left. Now she crosses over, comes to the left-hand side. Taryn Getz with the ball above her head. She'll cross over, go to the baseline, and get body checked out of bounds, but she gets up on the other side with a finish, and now they're going to call a foul on Sacred Heart as Taryn Getz got her own rebound.
And that's on Lee. I don't know which 4. Lee. That's number 4 on Lee. Yes. And I apologize. I'm just calling them all Lees because Addie and Emmy are just so impressive. They're so interchangeable. They do so many great things, and they look so much alike. It's difficult.
So all of a sudden the foul count has evened up a little bit. Samuelson will try the 3. That's an air ball, no good. And it will go out of bounds and back to Sacred Heart. 39-36.
This is a 3-point game. We've seen 1 3-point shot made from Southeast tonight. It's from Taryn Getz. I mean, the 3-point game hasn't been there, but you're still fighting. You're still in a basketball game. When things aren't going your way, how do you fight? It's your defense that keeps you in games.
Southeast also has twice as many turnovers as Sacred Heart. They have no business right now, only trailing by 3, but here they are. Deep entry down to Sharpton. She has Sutton Douglas on her. She kicks it back out to Addie Lee. Lee on the drive. She'll play it out to Nicole Richards. Richards now wants to drive. Pearson with the block, but ends up with Sharpton, and now a foul will be called on Sutton Douglas. Sutton tried to poke that ball away while it was still loose, and Sharpton already had a good chunk of it. Now Sutton Douglas will have 3.
Yeah, I love what Sharpton does. Like, Sharpton's always around loose basketball. She does a great job of just grabbing boards, understands what she needs to do.
4:25 left to go. Pearson fires the 3. That's too long, no good. Rebound lands right in the lap of Addie Lee. Lee forcing it up the right-hand side. She plays it to Skylar Douglas. Douglas now back into the hands of Addie Lee. We approach the halfway mark of this fourth quarter. Inside to Sharpton. She'll kick it out. Left-hand three-pointer by Sacred Heart. No good from Skylar Douglas. And a rebound, Sutton Douglas.
Yeah, it's a good shot from Sacred Heart, but I think it's a little bit quicker than Carl Hines wanted that shot. Like, he'll take that shot 30 seconds into this thing. He won't take it right away. But anytime you get Douglas freed up, you'll take that if you're Coach Carl Hines.
Southeast trying to get it inside. They do. Duran fires it into Samuelson. Reagan was screaming for that basketball because she had Kaya down deep, and they ended up scoring. Back to a 3-point lead. Sacred Heart leads at 41-38. Again, no shot clock in this gym. 3:27 left to play. Emmy Lee with it. She's in the center of the floor, guarded by Durant. Now they fire it right. Addie Lee has it. Samuelson gambled to try to get that steal. Addie Lee gets away. Left the layup short. Sharpton comes in. Big collision. Pearson ends up with it. Who else? Here comes Abigail Pearson. She'll work her way back to the middle of the floor. Right-hand side, Heinrich. Reese, little crossover, comes back around. Pearson ends up with it. Baseline three. Count it! Tie game! Abigail Pearson has 5 in the quarter and a timeout. 2:55 left to go here in the fourth quarter. We are tied at 41 and a big 3 by Abigail Pearson and a 30-second timeout. What an exchange that time. Pearson with the rebound. His bodies were colliding all over, and then she comes down and Heinrich feeds her for the 3.
And how about that confidence from the senior after missing a 3 badly in the possession before, just understanding, okay, now the flow is a little bit different. I got my feet set. I got the ball set. I go up. I'm the senior. I am him. I'm the person that's got us to this point, right? We talk about this winning streak the Southeast on. Again, it coincides with her resurgence back into the lineup, her coming back from injury. Abigail Pearson is the key to this team, right? This is going to be a team that makes a deep playoff run. Hopefully it ends in a state championship, both teams, right? But Abigail Pearson understands, I'm going to take that shot because I am that person.
I don't know, like I said, I don't know that Southeast feels like they deserve to be in this game, but here they are, 41-41.
And they shouldn't, but it's been a lot because of what Sacred Heart has done. Their defense and just it's the way Sacred Heart's attacked rebounds and not giving second chance opportunities. Sacred Heart's neutralized all the great things that Southeast normally does.
Skylar Douglas with the ball, lost her dribble. Now she's going to play it on the handoff to Emmy Lee. Emmy Lee gets it to Addie Lee, guarded by Samuelson. 2.5 minutes left to play. It's a tie game, 41-41. Three-pointer right-hand side is good. Skylar Douglas is having an unconscious type of game. 21 points and another three-pointer.
Well, and there's nothing you can do defensively on that. That's just Skylar Douglas being Skylar Douglas.
Reese Heinrich trying to answer off the front of the rim. Cannot, but she gets her own rebound. Out to Pearson, right-hand side. Pearson on the ball fake, and she is fouled on the floor. Third team foul coming up against Sacred Heart with 2:08 left to go here in the fourth quarter. And the foul will go against Nicole Richards, her first.
Oh, Skylar Douglas, just going back to that. Love it. I mean, you see defense being played so well in the perimeter from Southeast. Skylar just gets it, lets it fly, and drains it.
Pearson up top with the ball. Now to Samuelson. 2:04 left to go here in the fourth. It's a 3-point Sacred Heart lead. Durant inside to Douglas. Now Pearson, two-pointer from the keyhole. Rims off no good. Rebound falls into Nicole Richards' hands. And a timeout called by Sacred Heart. We will take it as well. Full timeout with 1:53 left to go here in the fourth. 44-41. Sacred Heart leading it by 3 on KINA.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you, so why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
For a free personal protection review, contact Shelter Agent Cale Sharp in Salina.
Mary Maids in Salina offers house cleaning services you can see and feel. Your home is more than just a house. It's where memories are made and moments are cherished. Though life can be complicated, house cleaning shouldn't be. Mary Maids strives to take the stress out of your day so you can live your life your way. With more than 40 years experience and an advanced time-tested cleaning process, they can help you reclaim time with your loved ones. Find Mary Maids on Facebook or check out their website at marymaids.com.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
1:53 left to go, 44-41. Sacred Heart leading by a three-pointer. Skylar Douglas, her 5th of the game. And they have a 3-point lead now to work in their gymnasium with no shot clock present. Let's see what the Lady Knights do here. Emmy Lee wants to drive. Now she's playing it back out. Little half-court trap, I think, trying to be applied here by Southeast. Now here comes Samuelson, her and Durant up top trapping. And a reaching foul will be called on Reagan Durant.
Yeah, and you're seeing now that 1-3-1 trap. And you're wondering, like, how Sacred Heart's going to handle this. Without the shot clock, it just changes the game a little bit, but it's going to send Douglas to the free throw line for 2.
Skylar Douglas, a couple of free throws coming up for her. She is 4 of 6 from the free throw line in this game, and she missed the first. "90 seconds left to play. Douglas makes the second free throw. 22 points for Skylar Douglas. 4-point lead for the Lady Knights. Samuelson has it. She'll dance to the right. Now hand it off to Heinrich. Now to Sutton Douglas. Douglas back up top. Samuelson's wide open. Top of the key 3. Got it to go. Kaya Samuelson has 15, and it's a 1-point game with 1:10 left to go.
Finally, the defense just kind of relaxed a little bit. You saw a wide open shot from Samuelson. I mean, you've just seen her hounded all night. Drains the 3.
Addie Lee trying to drive. She is trapped. Durant and Samuelson. Durant chases her all the way around into a trap with Heinrich on the other side. Now Addie Lee again up top with Emmy Lee. Boy, look at Reagan Durant work. Man, she is working her tail off right now up top. Samuelson now comes out. She acted like she was going to get a steal, trying to play the passing lanes. Clock down to 41. Again, no shot clock in this gym. Sacred Heart was the only NCAA school to not install a shot clock for this season, and they are using it to their advantage. Southeast of Saline's going to have to foul, and Reese Heinrich will. She'll send Addie Lee to the free throw line.
Yeah, Devin, extremely awkward playing in the one school that doesn't have a shot clock. However, I think if you ask Shauna Smith, you ask Carl Hines, there's been multiple opportunities for both teams to not be in this situation right now. Regardless, you just got to play with the way that the home, court has it. No shot clock tonight, so we got to play. We got to play old school, if you will.
Addie Lee makes the free throw. She has 10. That's her first point of the fourth quarter after scoring 8 in the third quarter. She can make it a 3-point game. Free throw is up, and it's good. Couple of sidewinding free throws there by Addie Lee. 30 seconds on the clock. 3-point game. Samuelson brings it across, and she is going to have a timeout called here by Shauna Smith. A full timeout. She wants to take it. We'll keep it right here. Remind you, Southeast of Saline basketball is brought to you by Salina Fence Company. Also, the Farmers Insurance Agency, Kniper Insurance in Salina. And also L&L Advisors. Sacred Heart 14-3, Southeast of Saline 13-3. Sacred Heart right now with a 47-44 lead. The alternate arrow in favor of Sacred Heart. They also have a foul to give. They only have 3 team fouls right now. Southeast of Saline, if they should foul, puts Sacred Heart at the free throw line for the last 26 seconds. Now the question probably, do you go for the 3? Do you go for the quick 2 and then see what defense can get you? What do you want to do here?
Well, I think you just run your offense, right? We've seen, if the ball moves laterally, we've seen backdoor cuts, we've seen slashers to the lane. If that's what you get, you go up with the 2 and then you make sure you foul and send Sacred Heart to the free throw line. However, we've also seen that defense kind of over pursue and some 3-point opportunities, especially in this fourth quarter. It's whatever the defense gives you, right? But you got to attack offensively. I don't think with 26 seconds you pull the ball back and do anything special. You just run your offense. You can get into this. Within 13 seconds, though, you need a shot. You need to make sure that this isn't the last possession of the basketball game. 26
seconds left to go. Pearson set to inbound on the far side. She goes to Heinrich. Heinrich in the middle. Floats to the left. Now comes back to the right. Samuelson. Kaya squares up with a defender in her face. 3-pointer away. Misses to the right. Rebound taken in by Douglas. And a quick foul on for Skylar Douglas. And she will go to the free throw line. Skylar Douglas back to the stripe where she just went 1 of 2.
And that's right. So you extend the game a little bit. You missed the 3. I like what Kaya did. I think Kaya was looking to go. She saw a defender just slip a little bit, goes up for the 3. We'll take that shot any day. Send Skylar Douglas, unfortunately, to the free throw line, who's just been nails for Sacred Heart tonight.
15 seconds left to go in this game. Douglas' first free throw is up and in. She has made it a 4-point game and another full timeout. 48-44. The difference in this game, there's been a couple of them really. 3-pointers have given Sacred Heart a tremendous edge. Talk about Skylar Douglas and her point output so far in this game. She has 23 points. 15 of those are from beyond the arc. Also, Addie Lee has 2 3-pointers. Nicole Richards has 2 3-pointers. Also, turnovers in this game. Sacred Heart has committed 2 second-half turnovers, while Southeast of Saline has committed 6. For the game, 14 turnovers for Southeast of Saline, half as many, 7 for Sacred Heart. So just outside shooting, accumulating some of those extra points, and turning the ball over at bad times.
And you just got to give credit to Sacred Heart for creating those turnovers, right? Like their defense, they've been flying around. And again, we talk about that core 5. You know, some bench players have done some things, but it's been this starting 5 that's been on the court a long time for Sacred Heart. Came off a big win on Saturday. We talk about a big win on Friday for Southeast. This is just, it's been a great game. The whole community of Saline County needs to be proud of. You know, these are 2 teams that are going to go deep, make deep playoff runs, and they're only iron just sharpens iron. This is 2 great teams going at each other.
Skylar Douglas trying to make it a 5-point game. 48-44 right now. Another free throw left here. Douglas free throws up and good. She has made 3 in a row. Southeast of Saline now. Full court pressure. They pass over the top of it. Samuelson has it. Kaya will pull up here. Go to Taryn Getz for a 3. Taryn misses it. Reese Heinrich down low though. Had a chance at a rebound. It's going to be pulled out by Sacred Heart. 5 seconds left to play. Reagan Duran will commit the foul with 3.3 left to go. And Reagan has just accumulated her 5th foul. So Reagan Duran will foul out with 3 points here on the evening.
And Duran, who had 20 at home against Sacred Heart, obviously that was a point of emphasis from Carl Hines. Kept her off the scoreboard. She didn't have as much of an impact tonight offensively. She did so many great things defensively. I mean, again, this is one of those nights. You just tip your cap to Sacred Heart, Skylar Douglas especially.
First free throw is up and good. Second free throw on the way, also good. So Douglas putting this one away at the free throw line with 5 consecutive free throw makes as Pearson lofts one up at the buzzer, and it's no good. 51-44, our score. Sacred Heart beats Southeast of Saline in a battle of 2 teams that were trying to keep pace with Beloit atop the NCAA standings, and it's Sacred Heart coming out with a 6-1 league record. They are still in searching there. They're 15-3 now overall. Southeast of Saline has their winning streak broken. They're 13-4 overall, 5-3 now in NCAA play. Final score, 51-44. We'll take a break. When we come back here on Postgame, we'll dig into these stats. We'll also have a Vernon Jewelers Gym of the Game. It's all coming up on Postgame, brought to you by Commercial Tire Centers after the Lady Knights beat Southeast of Saline by 7 here on KINA.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire-related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th, Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
February is the month of love, and at Vernon Jewelers in Salina, we've been helping families mark life's milestones for generations. Right now, we have items up to 30% off with gifts starting under $100. From diamond jewelry and watches to custom designs and expert repairs, our experienced team is here to help. Follow Vernon Jewelers on Facebook and Instagram for daily specials and look for the iconic downtown sign, serving you for 142 years, because we're not old, we're just really good at what we do.
Time now for the Trojan postgame show on KINA. Stick around for the game recap, final stats, and reaction from the coach. This is Trojan basketball on KINA.
Back here at Sacred Heart after a Lady Night victory over Southeast of Saline, 51-44 our score. Skylar Douglas, sensational tonight for Sacred Heart. 26 points for Skylar Douglas. The senior showed up, and boy, she did it really good tonight. That was not her season high, though. She actually scored 30 earlier this season. So 26 points tonight, 5 3-pointers. She was able to hit 5 of 5, or her last 5 free throws down the stretch, and she leads the way, 26 points. Addie Lee had 11 6 points for Nicole Richards, 6 for Eden Sharpton. Emmy Lee had 2. Sacred Heart did not have any bench points in this game. For Southeast of Saline, 2 scorers in double digits, led by Kaya Samuelson with 15, 10 for Sutton Douglas. Right on the doorstep of double digits, Abigail Pearson with 9, 5 tonight for Taryn Getz, 3 for Reagan Duran, and 2 for Charlotte Knopf. Difference at the free throw line of 7 points. Sacred Heart 12 of 17, Southeast of Saline 5 of 8. Also a difference in turnovers with Southeast of Saline with 14 turnovers, Sacred Heart with just 7 turnovers in a 51-44 Sacred Heart victory. Tyler, your thoughts on this one is, again, these two teams come in, right? You would love for these two teams to walk out here winners and keep those winning streaks going, but I think this is a test of what's going to come. I think postseason in February is a definite subject, especially as early as it starts now. It's about a week earlier than what it has been. And this game, once again, we've been saying this a lot lately with the games that we've been playing, at another postseason game feel.
100%. And just tip your cap to Sacred Heart. I mean, before we get to anything with Southeast, I mean, Carl Hines had his girls ready to play. And the starting 5, just magical. I mean, Skylar Douglas has just a superb night. I mean, she can beat you from inside. She can beat you mid-range game and outside. We saw Skylar Douglas's offensive game just explode tonight. So here's the deal if you're Southeast. I mean, any loss that doesn't end your season can only make you better. You were kind of tested. This is one of those few teams that you had the size advantage, right? Like you had a little bit more size, more strength down low. But it was the perimeter game from Sacred Heart. It was just too difficult to handle for Southeast. We saw just turnovers that we normally don't see happen. Again, those were not just unforced; they were forced by this defensive pressure. You know, if you're a good team and you're on the verge of being a great team, you learn from that and you tip your cap and you move on to the next game. I mean, no one's going to go through this thing perfect. And obviously there's 4 losses for Southeast, and now you have a loss with Abigail Pearson. So now you have something on film that wasn't successful. You look, you dive into it, and you get going. And this is the time. I mean, again, you didn't play poorly tonight. You just got beat tonight. And that's what Sacred Heart did the first time around. Unfortunately, you get swept by Sacred Heart, in the season series, but everything's still ahead of Southeast of Saline if you handle it the correct way.
This game was tied with 2:55 left to go at 41. Since that point on, Sacred Heart closed it out on a 10-3 scoring gap, winning by 7, 51-44. Our Vernon Jewelers gym of the game tonight, Kaya Samuelson with 15 points for Southeast of Saline in the loss. And as you said, you kind of evaluate this, what happened, what can we do to correct the mistakes. And for Southeast, you have a week to do that now because you don't have a game on the calendar until a week from tonight, and that'll be back at home. You've had 6 straight road games now. Now you'll be back at home a week from tonight against the NCAA leaders in Beloit.
Yeah, nothing gets easier, and I think that's exactly how you kind of want it. Like, you don't want to go from this game and, with any letdown. Like, now there's something. I think every once in a while a loss at this time of the season. Like, let's not worry about the league title. There's still a lot of things that can happen. You can still be, contingent for it, after 4 straight league title wins from Southeast. But there's still that state championship run that is there. And I think this game shows it, right? Like, you can play not your best and compete with one of the best teams in the state. You stayed in it. Now you regather, you regroup, you find out your mistakes, and you just attack from here on out.
And in all fairness, if you look at the sub-state standings, I don't think an NCAA league title is going to help you there. People aren't going to back down from you in that sub-state.
No, and if you want to get into that, right? Like, you're still going to be in the top 4 of your sub-state rankings. You just got to continue to win on out. And sub-state rankings are always really silly because so many people are playing different. Like, you just don't know the level of competition. Yeah. However, you want to be in that top 4 so you can host. You want to make sure that you're in control of your own destiny with all of that. And that's exactly what Southeast has done. They played themselves in a nice position, even with this gauntlet they're getting ready to enter that they've already entered. But now that they're in the middle of, you just take care of business. It's all about improving, making sure you're playing your best basketball. Once that final regular season game happens, you're playing your best basketball. I think you still say you're doing that, right? Don't let a loss determine what's going on. But, again, tip of the cap to Sacred Heart. As much as it kills me to say as a Southeast guy, Sacred Heart just came out and was the better team tonight.
51-44 the final score. Sacred Heart wins it here over Southeast of Saline. Now we'll turn the corner. We'll get you ready for the guys contest. Starting lineups and the tip about 9 minutes away as the boys are out on the floor warming up, getting ready for their battle. It is next here on KINA.
And the second free throw is good. The Trojans have called timeout to make some important decisions.
Hi, fans. It's Winnell Garrettson from Salina Homes. In every game, there are lots of options to make the right play. And in real estate, the plays can be challenging. Whether you're a first-time buyer, upsizing for the family, investing in rentals or commercial property, or selling land, I have the knowledge to help you win your real estate game. It's sure to be a slam dunk when I serve as your realtor. Buy or sell, call Winnell.
Can-Equip's annual twine and net wrap sales event is on now. Save with preseason pricing on genuine C&H twine for round balers and square balers, small or large. Choose from a variety of proven net wrap like Armor Net, Legacy, Bale Keeper, American Net, and Varsity Net. Maximum length and maximum strength for the performance you expect. See your parts professional for select rebates and ordering at Can-Equip in Solomon.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Time now to look ahead to game number 2 of our doubleheader. It'll be the guys' turn. Southeast of Saline and Sacred Heart for the second time this season as head coach Francis Flax joins us now. It's brought to you by Frisbee Construction. And boy, Coach, first of all, really good girls game, but let's talk about your game on Friday night. You were able to get your 5th win of the season, 63-52 at Ellsworth. Of course, the welcome back for Gannon Jacobson in this game. And just as you said, you saw it in practice. We saw it on the floor Friday in game situations. A little more zip, a little more hustle, a little more everything from your guys as far as the effort department goes. How'd you feel about the win on Friday?
Well, first of all, I was pleased with the win. We probably played Gannon more than we should have.
Yeah.
But, just the spark that he provides, just the leadership quality. He doesn't have to say anything, and the guys feed off him. So all that was good. Ellsworth, they had a couple pretty good players, but we stayed the course and didn't panic when they got a little lead on us and were able to knock down shots. We played very smart in the second half.
Yeah, led offensively by Hendricks Lund. And, boy, I know you would love to see more out of Hendricks. We all would. And just sometimes, man, you can shoot yourself into a hot night like that. And I feel like that's what Hendricks did on his way to 20 points. He kind of felt it out a little bit, hit a couple of shots, and then thought, okay, I can keep doing this.
Yeah, and that's good. And he's I tell him early in the game, I'd like for you to put it on the floor and pull up, and then get the feel of everything. But he was in good position to score because, they were watching Gannon and they were watching Tiernan. And so that gives him a good shot to be the guy, and he was last Friday night.
Had 5 at halftime, ended up with 20, had a big third quarter. You also get 30-point split evenly between Tiernan Potacek and Adam Teal. They had 15 points apiece. And just the impact of Gannon Jacobson, I think, needs to be talked about. You and I talked after the game about them making a choice to face guard him with one of their better defenders there towards the end. That made things a little simpler for you playing 4-on-4. Then you look at his stats at the end. He had 6 assists in that game.
Right, yeah. Well, you could see him out there. Every time he had the ball, he could see the whole floor.
Yeah.
And that's something that we haven't had out of that guy out front. We were kind of narrow, we don't see too much of the court. We see half of it, but not the whole court.
You talked about there were stretches in that game where you didn't get a whistle, didn't get the breaks that you're accustomed to just because of the way the game was being called. Now, how was the report from Gannon after the game and then coming back to practice early in the week? Is he feeling okay?
Well, he was sore Saturday.
Yeah, I bet.
And less sore Sunday. And Monday, yesterday in practice, he did okay. We limited his time, but we knew we worked him pretty hard the other night, a little more than probably we should have. But he's got the light to tell us when he needs to come out, as he did in one particular stretch of that game the other night.
You have Sacred Heart here tonight. This is the second meeting. You lost at your place earlier in the season to them. We know what the story is with Sacred Heart, right? And they've been on a tear lately. They've lost a couple of games, which is uncharacteristic of a Sacred Heart basketball team. But their competition level, the teams they have been playing have been really, really good as well.
Yeah, they're playing an outstanding schedule. That midseason tournament, I think, is a boost for them. They get to see teams that they don't see and played in that tournament they played Hillsboro, Mound Ridge, and Holcomb. So pretty good teams.
What's your plan with them? What do you need to do best to try to slow them down?
First of all, somebody has to control Tuttle. We know that, and Wells. Those two guys can just blow the game open for Sacred Heart. The thing we have to do is not get so sped up. We want to run, but we don't necessarily want to get into a track meet with these guys.
Yeah.
If we don't rebound the basketball, they're going to be gone. So we have a pretty good game plan, I think. We'll see how it materializes after a couple minutes. We may have to change some things, but we did some stuff in practice yesterday to try to prep these guys for this game.
Is it a little bit nicer having another guy off the bench? I know you haven't had that yet because Tristan was out on Friday. It looks like he's back on the floor now, but just kind of getting that substitution pattern down a little bit too.
Yeah, that's and it's going to change just a little bit because of Gannon in there. Because the truth of the matter is, in a game like tonight, Gannon might get in the post some.
Yeah.
It might limit either Kane or Tristan a little bit.
Okay, best of luck. We'll talk to you afterwards.
Thank you.
Francis Flax, head coach of the Southeast of Saline Trojans. His guys tonight taking on a league opponent and their rival in the Sacred Heart Knights.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help you with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach, right off Crawford, and in the Central Mall, Salina, and downtown McPherson. Based on honesty and trust, contact L&L Advisors today.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you, so why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
For a free personal protection review, contact Shelter Agent Cale Sharp in Salina.
Mary Maids in Salina offers house cleaning services you can see and feel. Your home is more than just a house. It's where memories are made and moments are cherished. Though life can be complicated, house cleaning shouldn't be. Mary Maids strives to take the stress out of your day so you can live your life your way. With more than 40 years experience and an advanced time-tested cleaning process, they can help you reclaim time with your loved ones. Find Mary Maids on Facebook or check out their website at marymaids.com.
Love your wife by giving her a warm butt for Valentine's Day. New Image Audio can install heated seat warmers on any vehicle, leather or cloth. Love her even more with a remote start that works in conjunction with your heated seats. Ladies, don't forget him. New Image Audio is Salina's #1 stop for hot vehicle audio, tint, truck accessories, and everything in between. You'll love this Valentine's Day by being toasty from head to toe with New Image Audio. Call today for a free estimate. New Image Audio at 340 South Broadway in Salina. Farmers, it's time to start planning for the 2026 planting season, and Phillips Seed is here to help you pick the best genetics for your operation. From top-performing corn hybrids and high-yield soybean varieties to proven milo varieties and advanced seed treatments, we focus on products that perform where you farm, backed by local testing and proven on-farm performance. Phillips Seed helps get your crops off to a strong start. Visit phillipsseed.com and find us on Facebook or X. Phillips Seed, serving, innovating, growing since 1985.
The recent storm could have done a real number on your roof, but how would you know? Is your home vulnerable to future damage? Call Bryson Flax at Ryan Roofing today. An in-person roof inspection is necessary to evaluate damage. Rely on Bryson to perform a free roof assessment. Inspect, assess, and resolve. Protect your home and make sure your insurance policy provides the coverage you deserve. Roofs, windows, siding, and gutters on your home or business. Call Bryson Flax at Ryan Roofing, always supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
When your feet start slipping on that snow or ice, it's not so nice. So if you don't want to fall, take my advice. Call Sage Products in Salina. With Snowplow Ice Melt, that sheet of ice and snow that's causing all those troubles disappears so fast. Now you never have to worry about busting your booty. Snowplow Ice Melt from Sage is the best you can get, and it is 100% non-toxic to children, pets, and vegetation. Call Sage Products or visit us at sageselects.com.
Whether on the field, court, or in the operating room, experience matters. A coach loves an experienced team just like a patient values an experienced doctor. Salina Ortho has ABOS board-certified physicians with over 40 years of orthopedic service. If you need help staying active or just want to discuss options regarding the newest techniques and services and specialties that Salina Ortho provides, see one of our trusted physicians or visit salinaortho.com. Salina Ortho, your voice, your choice, past, present, and future.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the southeast of Saline Trojans.
It's natural to think that insurance is complicated, but at Farmers Agency, we know a thing or two about helping to make it easier by explaining your available coverage options. And with over 25 years of experience in insurance, we can help you through the process step by step. Call Kniper Agency at 825-8419 to learn more today.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Welcome back to Sacred Heart High School. Devin Haney along with Kevin Lilly as we get ready for game number 2 of our doubleheader. It's the guys' turn as we go over starting lineups with you for tonight's game. Sacred Heart comes in. They're the third-ranked team in the state of Kansas in Class 2A. 15-2 on the season, 6-0 in NCAA play. They will start Noah Hines, a 6'1 junior, 12 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. Luke Coland, a 5'8 senior, 6.5 points a game, also 2.5 rebounds and 2 assists. Will Tuttle, the 6'4 senior, is the leading scorer on the team. Tuttle gets 17 points a game along with 5 rebounds and 2 assists. Maddox Wells, a 5'9 junior, 8 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists per game. Wells leads the team in steals. And Ben Disberger inside, the 6'4 senior, 5 points, 5 rebounds, and a half assist per contest for head coach Brian Gormley. For Francis Flax in his second season at Southeast of Saline, assisted by Trent Douglas and Joe Ross, they will start Kane Sawyers, a 6'2 sophomore, 3 points, 3.5 rebounds, and almost an assist per contest. Hendricks Lund is coming off a 20-point game against Ellsworth on Friday. The 6' sophomore averages 9 points a game, 2 rebounds, and an assist. Isaiah Kerr, a 6' senior, 4 rebounds, 4 rebounds, 4 points, and 2 assists. Sheridan Potachik is the leading scorer and leading assist leader on this team. He averages 15.5 points a game, also 3.5 rebounds, 3.5 assists. Adam Teal is the leading rebounder at 8 rebounds a contest, along with 12 points. He also leads the team in blocks. Kevin Lilly, our new image audio keys to success tonight as you look at this Saline County showdown between Southeast of Saline and Sacred Heart.
For me, I'm going to go off the last meeting with Sacred Heart. We didn't close out on their shooters, and it was just like our scouting report was non-existent. We have to be better at that. We've got to be able to recognize what's going on and be able to get to their shooters. Because let's be honest, this team will they can fill a stat sheet in a very, very hurry. So to me, for tonight moving forward, is one, we've got to limit their threes. We've got to have good perimeter defense. But when they are out there, we've got to be able to close out on their shooters.
Lost a couple of games in that very, very tough Hillsboro tournament that we've talked about going into that game. They played just some outrageous competition in that tournament and now they came out of it. They beat Hutch Trinity 55-32 on Friday. Southeast, meanwhile, coming in off of a victory against Ellsworth, and Southeast of Saline wearing their road purple jerseys trimmed in black, white numerals and letters, wins the tip. They will start out on offense. Sacred Heart in their home white jersey trimmed in gold. There's a little bit of navy blue on those jerseys as well. Adam Teal on the left-hand side. Sacred Heart starts out in a man-to-man defense. Isaiah Kerr up top as well. He'll go now right-hand side to Tiernan Potacek. Inside to Teal. Adam tried to come across the paint, lost the handle on the basketball, was able to retrieve it and run it down. Out to Potacek for a three. That ball kisses the front of the rim and comes off into the hands of Noah Hines.
And I like the ball going inside like that, but when you're going to reverse it, send it down low on the other side as well. Continue to make them work.
Luke Colin to drive on the right-hand side. He kicks it opposite way for a three. That's no good. Southeast of Saline with a rebound as they bring it back across the timeline at center court with Tiernan Potacek. Gannon Jacobson made his return on Friday against Ellsworth. He is not starting. He'll come off the bench, and they'll see how things go from there for the senior who led Southeast of Saline last year as a junior in just about every category there is. He had 5 points and 6 assists in the game Friday against Ellsworth. There's Hendricks Lund for a three. That's too strong, no good. And a rebounding foul on Sawyers as he shoved Tuttle in the back trying to get that rebound.
Yeah, and I think it was again an effect like you talked pregame, at Ellsworth. He just does so many things really well, and you have to respect everything he does, that he just opens everything up for you.
Still scoreless here, a minute 15 seconds into this game. Sacred Heart has the basketball back. Tuttle looking to drive, crosses over, now a kick out right-hand side for a shot that is up and no good. Maddox Wells tried that three. Putback is no good for the Knights. And Southeast of Saline has it back in their possession. Here comes Isaiah Kerr.
And we get bailed out a little bit with Maddox Wells. He's such a great shooter, and we just, nobody's there.
Southeast working the ball around. Radio broadcast here on KINA. Live stream video on SalinaPost.com. Presented tonight by the Shelter Insurance Agency of Kel Sharp. Big thanks to Kale helping us out. Trying to bring the Saline County Showdown to you on radio and video. Here's a three-pointer up off the front of the rim. That's no good for Adam Teal. Rebound by Tuttle. Back the other way for the Knights. Wells will make his way into the paint. Now back out to Hines. He'll kick it out to Tuttle, who tries the base. That ball hit the backboard as he tried to pass it out. It must have been on the good side of the backboard. No whistles blew. And now Southeast of Saline will have it back.
Yeah, and I just think that, even with Kane inside, he's got to work just a little bit harder and get a little bit better positioning, because if he does that, when Tiernan takes that corner, he's right there for a little bounce pass.
Here's Potacek, step back two on the left wing. That's no good. Sawyer's trying to get the rebound, and him and Tuttle get tangled up and go towards that stage. And it'll be turned back over to Sacred Heart. 5:27 left to go first quarter. We're still scoreless here in this game. Sacred Heart and Beloit, the top two teams in the NCAA. If you look at league standings. There's Tuttle curling around, gets into the paint. He'll switch directions, rises up and scores with the left hand. Will Tuttle gets the first basket of the night.
And he's just kind of so smooth into everything he does. And he's so hard to stop.
Yeah, he is good at changing directions, and outside he can shoot the ball. He really has it all. As Adam Teal goes to the basket on the left, he is contacted there by a Knight defender and knocked to the ground. Adam Teal will go to the free throw line. 2 free throws coming up for Teal, the senior. First free throw rolls off, no good. Ben Disberger guilty of the foul. Dominic Matucci has checked into the game for Sacred Heart. Gannon Jacobson into the game for Southeast of Saline. Second free throw by Teal crawls out as well. Sacred Heart still leads it by 2. Matucci with it. Cross-court pass to Hines. He and Jacobson run into each other, and Gannon gets a foul on his first defensive possession. Second team foul for Southeast of Saline. Southeast now defending a lob pass that comes from the left-hand side of the scorers table where we sit, all the way on the opposite side of the goal on the other side. There's a drive and a shot put up by Wells. That's no good. Matucci tried to smack the rebound out and recover it. He could not, as Potacek still had it. Tiernan with it.
And I just was going to say, the longer this game goes, where, there's not a lot of scoring going on, it really frustrates a little Sacred Heart.
Extra pass, Batacic with the three from the corner. That's no good. Here comes Sacred Heart running back the other way. Matucci with it. He'll play it to Tuttle. Extra pass to Wells for three. Got it to go. Maddox Wells got the three on the extra pass from Tuttle, and that's always a good thing offensively when your leading scorer is willing to make that extra look and get an even better shot.
Yeah, and, our transition defense, we didn't pick up any of their shooters. We all ran underneath the cup.
There's Isaiah Kerr, and right now Southeast having trouble just even hitting the rim.
Yeah.
Down 5-0 here, 3:44 left to go there. Right now Southeast playing really good defense, but boy, their shooting is horrible from the outside.
Well, and the thing is everything's contested from the outside, too. There's no movement of the ball. I mean, a lot of those shots are so early when we get down there. If they would work it in, and that's where I'd like to see Gannon kind of get down into that post and maybe clear some space and expect that ball to let everything collapse.
Foul on Kerr. It's the third team foul for Southeast. Kerr then gambles for a steal. Tuttle comes free, but he missed the runner. Off to Gannon Jacobson on the left-hand side. Gannon bounces it between his legs, now plays it to Lund. Hendricks Lund with a big night. He had 5 points at halftime against Ellsworth, ended up with 20. Had a big third quarter in there. There's Jacobson down low, tried to catch the entry pass with one hand, lost it. Looked like it went off his foot and out of bounds. First turnover for Southeast of Saline.
But that's kind of what I want to see. I want to see a little bit more of that, to where everybody's going to collapse down on Gannon, and then we can find our shooters.
There's Maddox Wells wanting to turn the corner. He does, but then he passes it into the hands of Gannon Jacobson. Jacobson with a steal. Second turnover for the Knights. 3 minutes left to go, first quarter. 5-0, Sacred Heart. Patacic. He'll drive, now tilt it back to Kerr. Isaiah Kerr's three-pointer won't go down. Here comes Sacred Heart back the other way. Hines with Kerr in front of him. Spin move, tries to get to the rim. Floater, rolls home. Noah Hines with a nifty move on the right-hand side of the paint.
And Noah's another one of those kids that's really, really smooth. He's kind of sneaky smooth, though. He just does a lot of really, really good things with his feet and gets an easy two there.
Now a foul will be called here against Sacred Heart. It will go against Luke Coland. That is his first. Noah Hines is one of those kids, if you had nothing to do on a Friday or Tuesday night and you just wanted to go watch a basketball player that's entertaining, he's worth the price of admission.
Yeah. Because you kind of look at his stat sheet at the end of the game, you're like, man, he had 17.
Yeah.
But it's really, really quiet, and it's very efficient.
2:32 left to go. Southeast of Saline still looking for their first points here in the first quarter. Lyric Lilly has checked in, and he will absorb a body check that time from Ben Mars. Mars commits his first foul as he's fresh into the game, and Sacred Heart now has committed 3 team fouls. That'll even the foul count at 3 for each team. Jacobson sets inbound. He'll go do it to Lilly. Lyric now goes to the right-hand side. One-handed pass to Kerr. Kerr back to Adam Teal. Wide open dribble weave that time. Teal might have been opened on the roll there just a little bit. Now they go up top as Matucci's guarding him. Sacred Heart got caught in a mismatch, but here comes Hines, and he knocks it out. Sacred Heart takes it away. Hines into the paint. He plays it back to Mars, who scores. Ben Mars gets his first bucket of the game. And it's after a steal by Sacred Heart and a 30-second timeout called for Southeast of Saline. 2:01 left to play here in the first quarter. Sacred Heart off to a quick start. 9-0 the score here on KINA.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
You're listening to Southeast Trojan Hoops on KINA.
Out of the timeout, Potocnik with a drive on the right-hand side. Missed the shot. Sacred Heart back the other way. Here's Tuttle for a baseline jumper. Off the rim, no good. Adam Teal comes in and gets the rebound. Matucci came flying in, but Teal had position. Now a skip pass. Lilly to the right-hand side. Jacobson. Gannon trying to get it into Adam Teal, and now Noah Hines takes it away. It ends up the floor and a layup. Good. Will Tuttle gets his second basket.
And, that turnover there is just forcing it. We're down 9-0. We go ahead and just force it.
There's a foul on the floor now. Jacobson was able to score, but they're going to say the first contact is the foul. That was up by the elbow. He also ran into a Sacred Heart player down low, but they're going to say the first one is the foul, and it's a foul on the floor. Sacred Heart's first team foul. Maddox Wells guilty of the foul. Francis Flax asking for clarification on that. I think it's the right call there.
Yeah, but we've seen the continuation called where that's and one.
Without a doubt. Tristan Swank into the game for Southeast. Here's Potocnik in the middle of a Knights double team. And 2 free throws coming up for Tiernan Potocnik.
And this is what I'd like to see, Devin, right there in that situation. When Tiernan, turns that corner, Tristan's got to roll to the goal. Right? Tristan's kind of standing there just being a spectator. If he rolls to the goal, he's got a couple of options there on what to do.
Tiernan Potocnik scores the first free throw. That's the first point of the game for Southeast of Saline. Sacred Heart started this on an 11-0 run. Second free throw on the way. That one rolls home as well. 2 free throws for Tiernan Potocnik. Inside a minute left to go, first quarter. Knights with the basketball on their offensive end. Coland and now to Hines. Hines back to Coland. Baseline 3 from the corner. That won't go. Swank claims the rebound. There comes Tiernan Potocnik across the midcourt stripe. He'll be met there by Coland, who runs into Swank on the screen. Tiernan now steps through a defender, and his runner is good. Tiernan Potocnik has scored the last 4 points of this game. And all of a sudden, as bad as things have gone here for Southeast of Saline, it's a 7-point engagement.
Yeah, and Tiernan has missed a few shots badly, and then, it's like those acrobatic shots that we've talked about. Then all of a sudden, it kind of gets him going.
Matucci just dribbling it out in front of us, melting that clock away. Again, this is a gym that does not have a shot clock. 12 seconds left to go to end the first quarter. Here's Matucci wanting to drive. Gets around Lilly, and the foul at the rim will be called here against Southeast of Saline, and it's a shooting foul for Dominic Matucci. The foul will go against Tristan Swank, his first. So Matucci steps to the free throw line. A couple of free throws here. It's the first free throws of the game for Sacred Heart, and Matucci nails the first.
And I'd have to go back and watch that replay, but it looked like Tristan was standing there. And I think that's the size differential and how big he is. He doesn't move. Right. So when people do run into him, he takes those foul calls.
Matucci missed the second. Here's Jacobson on a run out. He'll pull up here with 2 seconds left. 3-pointer on the way. Too strong, no good. And that is the end of the first quarter. Sacred Heart with a commanding lead. Southeast of Saline, though, outscored them 4-1 to close the quarter. It's 12-4 our score. As we go to the second quarter, radio broadcast on KINA, live stream video on SalinaPost.com, brought to you tonight by the Shelter Insurance Agency of Cale Sharp.
Are you looking to upgrade your home with high-quality flooring and appliances? Look no further than Salina Appliance and Flooring. We're your one-stop shop for all your home improvement needs. We offer a wide selection of flooring and appliance options. Visit our showroom today located at 740 North 9th or our website at salinaappliance.com.
The Appliance Center, your local, trustworthy, and family-owned appliance dealer, providing sales, service, and parts for Salina and the surrounding area since 1980. The Appliance Center, just north of Ace Hardware on Broadway in the red and white building. Stop in today and experience the Appliance Center difference.
This is Jeff with Vanderbilts in Salina. We've added Tacovas to our Western boot lineup. We have some great styles in men's, the Doc, the Dusty, and the Earl. Ladies, we have the Maggie, the Jamie, the Abby, and the Annie. Tacovas, born in Texas, made by hand. There's nothing like pulling on a perfect pair of boots. After all, good times usually follow a good pair of boots.
Work boots and a Vanderbilt.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline basketball on KINA.
Second quarter, back to action. Tuttle on the drive. Down the right-hand side of the lane. He'll dish it off now at the last minute. Get it back. No, he will not. I just lied to you. That's actually Mason Brown who's just checked in. And now to Maddox Wells. Matucci inside. Big steps. Try to get to the layup on the left-hand side, and Jacobson blocked the shot, but they're going to call a foul here on Gannon. It is his second. I might have lied to you again. They're going to call out on Hendricks Lund. Okay, that's interesting.
I had it already marked, but I'll take it.
So, Southeast has committed 5 fouls in this game. Nobody has more than 1. So, spreading it out a little bit there. I thought Jacobson was in the area there, and he got that one, but he did not. They credit it to Lund. Matucci on the first free throw, got the make. Second one also rolling home. Dominic Matucci has 3 points, all from the line. 14-4, our score. 10-point Sacred Heart lead. Jacobson, spin move inside, out to Hendricks Lund. He'll shoot the 3. That's no good. Sawyer's in a brief battle for the rebound. It's won by Sacred Heart. Here's Matucci on the right wing. He'll leave it off for Luke Coland. Coland now will pitch it out to Tuttle. Back into the corner, Mason Brown. His 3 is up and good. Mason Brown for 3. If my memory serves me correctly, he had a decent game out of Southeast, didn't he? He had a few of those.
Yep.
Up by 13 now is Sacred Heart.
And I want to see Hendricks drive the ball. Hendricks has got to get something. You know, he's too good to just stand out there. Like, put the pressure on him and don't bail him out with taking that 3 so early. Drive and see if you can't pick something up.
Jacobson with it in the corner. Tried to drive, lost the basketball. It goes into the Sacred Heart cheerleaders and out of bounds, and it's a turnover for Southeast of Saline, their 4th. 17-4. Sacred Heart with a big start. They were up 11-0 before Southeast was able to get to the free throw line and score. Now a traveling violation will be issued here against Dominic Matucci. That's the 3rd turnover for the Knights.
And I think for me early on right now, the biggest difference in this game from side to side is that Sacred Heart's taking the action to us. We're not, right? That's the big difference is, man, when you take the action to that team, they've got to make a decision to guard you, foul you, and then you get to go shoot. We're not doing any of that. They are.
Up by a baker's dozen right now. Kieran Potacek has out 4 of Southeast of Saline's points. Hendricks Lund with the ball in his hands. He'll kick it out here to Sawyers. Now to Teal. We're about 2 minutes into the second quarter. He missed it earlier. Sacred Heart's girls got a victory over Southeast of Saline. Here's Hendricks Lund rising up and scoring. And kind of echo what you said. Francis Flack said the same thing when we were talking in between games. He wants to see Hendricks, kind of maybe drive a little bit, shoot off the dribble, and kind of get a feel for what's going on. And he said that outside shot will come around to him. He was sensational Friday.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, if he just stands out there at the three-point line, that's only half of his game. Like, if you can explode and get 2 inside, now they've got to respect everything.
Lund with it. Now to Potacek. Step back, long shot. That one went up and caught too much air, and it comes down on an air ball. Sacred Heart rolling it back the other way. Wells with it. Now outside. Colton Sprague. Tuttle ran into a Southeast player, plays it the opposite way to Coland. That 3-pointer won't go down. Tuttle keeps it. Now a foul will be called on Kane Sawyers down low. So Sawyers will take his second foul. It'll send Will Tuttle to the free throw line for 2.
And right there is another example that we've talked about with us is, we give second chance opportunities. This is kind of what happens is we pick up a silly foul.
Tuttle misses the free throw. Second opportunity coming up. Another area game tonight. El Saline and Bennington are doing battle. Should be a really good boys game. Tyler Henry has that with live stream video on SalinaPost.com tonight. It's brought to you by Bennington State Bank from Bennington this evening. Second free throw by Tuttle was made. 18-6 now the score. Southeast with the basketball back. Kerr with it. Out to Potacek. Spin move. Shot up, no good. Battle for the rebound. Sawyers wins it. Turns back around. Can't get it to go on the left-hand side. There comes Luke Coland out of the pack. Coland negotiating traffic. Plays it out to the right-hand side to Hines. Hines skip pass back through. Maddox Wells will shoot the three. Too strong, went up over the backboard, and it will be back over into the custody of Southeast of Saline.
And for Sacred Heart, that's probably the worst shot they've taken all night with just one pass. There's been multiple passes down the court, to get somebody wide open.
12-point Sacred Heart lead, 4:30 left to go here in the second. Underneath, Teal with it. He'll kick it back out. Patacic with the three. That one rims off no good. A rebound taken in down low by Colton Sprague. Here comes Luke Colin. Colin makes his way to the cup. Layup went in, but they're going to say a foul on the floor before the shot. And for Southeast of Saline will be their third team foul. Will go against Hendricks Lund, his second. Patacic will come out of the game. Gannon Jacobson will be back into the game. Tuttle up high off the inbounds. Hines, now Wells, ends up with Matucci, who was the inbounder. Three-pointer, got it. Dominic Matucci. Dom's kind of battled some injuries throughout this season. Started with football, but boy, what a luxury to bring off the bench, right?
There's a ton of luxuries on this Sacred Heart team. I mean, they've got the whole package over there.
Shot up by Hendricks Lund, that's no good. Now a rebounding foul on the backside will be called against Adam Teal, I believe. And it is. Adam Teal will collect his first foul. So Lyric Lilly will check back in. He will replace Lund. It will be Lilly, Kerr, Jacobson, Sawyers, and Teal on the floor. 21-6, Sacred Heart leading. Tuttle with it. Spin move on Kerr. Left-handed layup. Good. That was a beautiful move by Will Tuttle. 7 points for Will.
He gets you going one way and, just spins back the opposite way. And if you just overbite just a little bit, man, you're done.
Jacobson, high post to Teal. They kick it out. Lilly for three. Splashes it home. Lyric Lilly, his first points of the night. Clock down to 3:08 left to go. A ball slapped out of bounds here by Southeast of Saline and will stay with Sacred Heart. Kane Sawyers will check out. Remember, he is one of two Trojans with 2 fouls. So Francis Flax trying to protect a couple of his guys from getting that third foul here before halftime. Here's Sprague for three. Colton Sprague gets it to go.
And the thing is we haven't had that luxury. I mean, we've seen guys playing with 3 fouls, in the second quarter.
There's inside, outside, Teal with Patacic, and Patacic is fouled. Matucci, they're trying to get the ball poked away. Came across his arms, and Dominic Matucci will get the foul for Sacred Heart. That is his first team foul for the Knights here in this second quarter. They lead it 26-9, 2:45 left to go here in the second. Here's Teal on a fadeaway off the inbounds. That's no good. Matucci, the only one there to get the rebound. He'll pitch it ahead for Sacred Heart to Hines. Easy layup is good. Boy, that is fluid, and it's fun to watch at court level.
Yeah, because it's one pass, and everybody knows what's going on.
Southeast with it back. Lilly on the right-hand side, fake the three. Now he's going to go for the two. That's no good. Tuttle with another rebound. Here comes Sacred Heart. Ball in the hands of Matucci. Off to Tuttle. Tuttle gets into the paint. He'll dump it off to Sprague. Now back out Matucci. Three-pointer on the way. Got it. Dominic Matucci heating up. He has 8 in this quarter alone, and a timeout Southeast of Saline. Francis Flax wants to talk about it as his team has fallen behind by 22 points with 2:03 left to go here in the second. It's a full timeout. We'll step away as well here on KINA.
Can-Equip's annual twine and net wrap sales event is on now. Save with preseason pricing on genuine C&H twine for round balers and square balers, small or large. Choose from a variety of proven net wrap like Armor Net, Legacy, Bale Keeper, American Net, and Varsity Net. Maximum length and maximum strength for the performance you expect. See your parts professional for select rebates and ordering at Can-Equip in Solomon.
Mary Maids in Salina offers house cleaning services you can see and feel. Your home is more than just a house. It's where memories are made and moments are cherished. Though life can be complicated, house cleaning shouldn't be. Mary Maid strives to take the stress out of your day so you can live your life your way. With more than 40 years experience and an advanced time-tested cleaning process, they can help you reclaim time with your loved ones. Find Mary Maids on Facebook or check out their website at marymaids.com.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Southeast of Saline out of the timeout. 1:52 left to go. Here's Lilly, top of the key three. A little too strong, no good. And the rebound by Sprague down low. Sacred Heart racing back the other way. Tuttle, little hesitation move. He'll go back to the paint. Now shovel pass off to Matucci. And a hesitation move for him before he scores with the left hand. Dominic Matucci having a big second quarter with 10.
And the problem is you miss a couple shots against Sacred Heart, and they will run you. They'll run you out of the gym.
Now a turnover for Southeast. That's their 5th of the game. Maybe Tuesday nights are just a bad night for Southeast to play. They looked horrible, remember, a week ago at Republic County. Reversed it around, and we thought, okay, everything's good a Friday night against Ellsworth, but here we are again, 33-9.
Well, and the thing is it starts with a lot of one-on-one basketball. At times we need it, but we've got to pick and choose when we go after that one-on-one basketball. You know, we don't tire anybody out because it's just a quick shot, and that's it.
Teal with it in the high post, squares up, sees his matchup with Tuttle. Now plays it out to Kerr for three. That one off the front of the rim, no good. Tuttle with the rebound for Sacred Heart as we go inside of a minute left to go. Matucci now to Wells. Wells all the way to the block. Back out to Matucci, who was trailing, and he hits another one. Dominic Matucci is on fire here in this second, and he is solely putting Southeast away by himself. There's Jacobson. He stumbles down. He'll get back up. Look at Matucci help him up. Now over to Kerr for three. Isaiah Kerr gets one. His first points of the night. That stops a big run by Sacred Heart and Dominic Matucci.
And they just do it so effortlessly. I mean, and everything's fluent and nothing's forced with this team. I mean, they just find the right guy and the open guy, and they just knock down shots in droves.
Final seconds of the second quarter. Matucci steps back, and why not? Get him another one. 4 threes in the quarter for Dominic Matucci, and that brings us to halftime. It's the Matucci Show, 39-12. Our score here at the break as Sacred Heart leads Southeast of Saline. When we come back, we'll recap the first half for you. Take a check of the area scoreboard. Also recap the Southeast and Sacred Heart girls game that we had earlier tonight. We'll see if Shauna Smith has time to talk about that as well. 39-12, Sacred Heart leading here at the intermission. It's brought to you by Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories here on KINA.
Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
The recent storm could have done a real number on your roof, but how would you know? Is your home vulnerable to future damage? Call Bryson Flax at Ryan Roofing today. An in-person roof inspection is necessary to evaluate damage. Rely on Bryson to perform a free roof assessment. Inspect, assess, and resolve. Protect your home and make sure your insurance policy provides the coverage you deserve. Roofs, windows, siding, and gutters on your home or business. Call Bryson Flax at Ryan Roofing, always supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
This is the Trojan Halftime Report. Coming up, a first half recap. Shot at the horn! Stats, interviews, and a look at other area games. Now, let's get back to the gym for Trojan Halftime on KINA.
Back here at halftime of the guys contest, brought to you by Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. 39-12 is our score. Southeast of Saline trailing here at the break. Time now to recap the girls contest from earlier tonight with that head coach Shauna Smith. 51-44, Sacred Heart gets the victory here in this game. And Just overall in this game, Coach, I'm curious of your thoughts. It just kind of felt like setting from my dumb chair where I'm at, that Sacred Heart just kind of kept you on edge all night long. I don't want to say that they sped you up, but there were some uncharacteristic things that you haven't been doing this season, some unforced turnovers, some throwing the ball where there's nobody existing, or maybe stumbling into an unforced traveling call. What were they able to do defensively that kind of made you guys get into that?
I thought they just, we had different people bringing the ball up the court that maybe we normally don't, to kind of get us started. I just thought we're doing things we don't work on. We kind of felt like we all kind of did our own little thing, that first half, and weren't really doing, whoever got the ball was going to shoot it. And that's what we were doing early on the season, and last 4 games that we've done better of not doing that, and that's what we went back to tonight.
There were a couple times they were out in the passing lanes, and that's really almost the mismatch that they bring. They're so small, they're so fast, and they read and anticipate very, very well. Sometimes they get burnt, but sometimes they end up with steals as well. Turnover-wise in this game, you had twice as many turnovers as they did, but yet you guys keep coming back. You were outnumbered in the three-pointer as well, too, and I was impressed because we're sitting there at halftime talking about a one-point game. I thought you were fortunate to be there, but you guys made plays down the stretch then the second quarter. We talk about your defense so much. You look at that second quarter, that's why. You only gave up 2 field goals to make it a close game. What were your thoughts at halftime on how that first half went?
I guess we did enough to hold on, but we didn't do enough to, I never felt like we got over the bump that we'd get us tied, whatever, but we never could come back and, hitting daggers to go up 5 or 6, whatever. They'd always come back with a big shot. We'd get a steal, we'd get a defense stop, and we wouldn't rebound. Those things like that we just never fully could get control of the game.
You felt a little bit, at least I did, and I'll see if you agree. You were tied at 41 in this game. When your girls came back, you made a few plays, 2:55 left, and you're tied. I thought you were probably fortunate to be in that situation. Then they went on a run there at the end. Their 3-ball tonight was dangerous. They were able to hit free throws. They outshot you from the free throw line by 9 points in this game. This is a game that you've been playing basketball at a very high level here for a couple of weeks, and you haven't had really any easy games other than maybe last Tuesday. Are you ready for a break now, or would you like to get back in action on Friday? You're in a spot in your schedule where you have a bye on Friday. You won't play until Tuesday, and that's another big one against Beloit.
We probably need a break, whatever. But obviously, after you lost like that, you kind of want to come back and play again Tuesday
right.
or Friday. But maybe we need to have a break and kind of regroup and kind of get everybody away from each other a little bit. And just because we've had sickness, kids gone. We had a couple. It seems like we've had one kid gone at least every day at practice or for a game for the last several weeks. And I know everybody's dealing with that, but maybe it'll just be good enough for us to kind of get away from each other a little bit.
It's always an interesting part in the season to me because winning helps a lot, but you're always looking forward to that Sterling tournament, right? You come back after the first of the year and you're hammering out games, getting to the Sterling tournament. Well, then you roll through the Sterling tournament, and then you have 2 more games that week, and it's just kind of like, when do you breathe and regroup and even put some new things in? Maybe some new wrinkles, maybe some new looks offensively. Is that on the agenda for the next week, or is it sharpening what you've learned so far? I know it's baby steps, and you can't move on unless you're comfortable with where you're at.
Yeah, and I thought, we had moved on, and tonight, I thought we took about 5 steps back. So the things that we were doing well tonight, we only did it for about 5 possessions tonight. Yeah. And when I was begging them to do it, and those possessions that we scored. And then we went back to our one pass, and who shoots it up, gets it up there, and didn't make anybody guard us. So that's some of the things we just got to keep going at those things and keep going with it.
Yeah, like I said, I don't want to say that you're sped up. I never felt like that, but it did seem like when you were able to keep the ball and run your offense, you were able to get open shots. And is that kind of the key maybe of beating the Sacred Heart team, is making them work defensively and wearing them down a little bit?
Well, and I agree with that a little bit. And I think, the shot clock helps a little bit because defensively you're going to be on for long possessions and have to defend, that's just part of it. They do a really good job of that. And I thought, they did a good job tonight. When their kids, when they needed to score, they got to score. Yeah. And we didn't, at the end of the game, it said it was tight, and we didn't get any baskets. We never scored from then on.
Well, enjoy your break. Be productive during your break. We will talk to you on Tuesday. You got Beloit coming back. It'll be nice to be back at home, won't it?
Yep. Well, we haven't been there for a while.
Yeah, we will see you on Tuesday. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Shauna Smith, head coach of the Southeast Trojans. Her girls tonight, 51-44. They have their winning streak broken. They are still 13-4 on the season, 5-3 in league play. They'll now focus on a game Tuesday at home against the Beloit Trojans. Here at halftime, Southeast of Saline trailing Sacred Heart 39-12 at the intermission. We'll be back with more stats from the first half. Also a check of the area scoreboard. It's coming up after this 2-minute timeout here on KINA.
Your next visit to the doctor for an upcoming procedure or surgery should start with a conversation about Salina Surgical Hospital. Hi, this is Geraldine Diedrich, and we are truly committed to fostering your health and well-being. From outpatient procedures to inpatient stays, you will feel the difference in our excellent care and compassion. Talk to your doctor about scheduling your next procedure at Salina Surgical Hospital. Your surgical experience is our specialty. Salina Surgical Hospital is partially owned by a group of local, community-involved physicians.
At AJ Honey Farms, the honey is just the beginning. From raw honey and wax melts to happy bee balm and beekeeping gear, they've got everything buzzing with local flavor. Whether you're soothing a sore throat, starting your own hive, or gifting something sweet to a loved one, AJ Honey Farms brings the bees and the kind of sweetness only they can bottle.
This is Alan from AJ Honey Farms right here at 901 North 9th Street in Salina, Kansas. We truly appreciate your continued support and thank you for choosing local.
Visit Suburban Appliance Center to see the Whirlpool washer with 2 ways to wash. This is the 2-in-1 removable agitator. This Whirlpool washer has flexible capacity. You can take the agitator out for bulky loads or keep it in for items of smaller loads. This opens up space in the wash tub and allows you to wash bulky items like comforters with no problems. Shop at Suburban Appliance Center and get twice the washer you have at home. Suburban Appliance Center. Quality service with every purchase. Located on South 9th next to Genesis Health Clubs.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help you with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach right off Crawford and in the Central Mall Salina and downtown McPherson. Based on honesty and trust, contact L&L Advisors today.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
39-12 our score here at halftime, and so far it has been all Sacred Heart, namely Dominic Matucci in the second quarter. Dom has 17 points here at the break. 16 of them came in the second quarter of play. He hits the intermission with 17, leading all scores. Will Tuttle has 7, 4 for Noah Hines, and then 3 all for Maddox Wells, Mason Brown, Colton Sprague, 2 points for Ben Mars. Southeast of Saline, 4 points for Tiernan Potachik, 3 for Lyric Lilly, 3 for Isaiah Kerr, and 2 for Hendricks Lund. Southeast of Saline, 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Sacred Heart is 4 of 6. Southeast has 5 turnovers. Sacred Heart has 3 turnovers. And right now it is classic Sacred Heart, Kevin, when we watch this game kind of flow up and down. They do such a good job of limiting your possession on offense. They grab rebounds, and then a lot of times there are 4 or 5 guys on the floor. You don't know who's going to bring that ball up the floor. It's a mismatch problem in transition. That's what they do, and so far they have been successful doing that. If they don't get the layup, they're going to kick it out and hit a secondary 3 on you, and so far they are doing just that.
Yeah, and the thing is with this team, too, is when they are in that transition, they don't turn the ball over. Right, they go really, really fast, but they just don't turn the ball over, and that's what's so impressive is that they just know they played enough games together, and they know where each other are going to be and what they want to accomplish on those, and they just run it to perfection.
39-12, Sacred Heart up at halftime here of the boys contest. Again, Southeast of Saline's schedule works out to where they don't have a game this week. After this one, Sacred Heart will turn around on Friday, and they will make their trip to Minneapolis to play the Lions. So it just kind of worked out NCAA play. Last Friday, Beloit was off. This Friday, Southeast is off. Next Friday, Sacred Heart is off.
Yes.
And Sacred Heart, looking at their schedule, they're going to get all 23 games in. They're going to get the maximum amount of games in this year for their high school basketball schedule in the regular season. Tiernan Potachik with it as Southeast of Saline starts out with the basketball. Hendricks London now. He'll drive, fire it back to Potachik. Now out to Sawyers. 39-12 is our score here to start the second half. Spin move by Lund. Throws it up off the backboard. No good. Teal in there to get it, but he's fighting off 3 different Sacred Heart Knights. and they're going to say it's a tie-up, and we'll go the other way. Sacred Heart will have it.
And you see, if Kane's going to go out on the perimeter, he's got to be able to either, take the ball inside or be able to shoot that because they're just lagging off of him at that point.
There's a lot of contact down low. Maddox Wells puts one up off the backboard and comes away empty. Southeast of Saline with the rebound. Tiernan Potacik with it. He stopped up on the logo. Now he'll play it right wing to Hendricks Lund. Now back over to the left. Excuse me, that was Teal. Now it's in Lund's hands. Now to Sawyers. Right side to Kerr. Kerr with a couple of dribbles. Back to the middle. Boy, the Sacred Heart defense, I'm just watching them work, Kev. They are playing great team defense. They're rotating. They're talking. There's not a lot of openings there for Southeast.
No, and everything's out the perimeter, right? And even the perimeter passing is a little suspect on us because they're just in our face.
Here's Potacik getting into the body that time of Tuttle. That's Disberger. Left his feet as the two collide in midair, and his free throws coming up for Tiernan Potacik. That was a Purple Heart kind of move for Tiernan Potacik as he went right into the body of Disberger that time and got himself to the line.
Because it's almost like Tiernan was going to do that jump step through, and then come down and then go back up, but ended up throwing it up and getting two.
Potacik misses the first free throw. He is 2 of 3 from the free throw line in this game, and he gets the second one to go down. 5 points so far for Tiernan Potacik. He's the leading scorer for Southeast of Saline. Here's a pass to the rim intended for Disberger, it looked like. Teal broke that up, and it went off his hand last and out of bounds. .6:35 left to go. Sacred Heart with it up the inbounds. Into the corner. Three-pointer on the way. Rims off no good. Disberger inside. Had his shot blocked, and it's taken away by Southeast of Saline. Kerr across the timeline. Now to Tiernan Potacik. A little bit of a spin move, but he reverses it back the other way. Teal for 3 off the front lip. No good. Sacred Heart back the other way. Coland with it to Hines. Hines elevates. Now he kicks it opposite side of the floor. Tuttle for 3 is no good. Tuttle, though, gets his own rebound, and he is fouled, and he'll step to the free throw line. Will Tuttle will shoot 2. Foul on Kane Sawyers is his third.
Yep, and so that's 2 out of 3 of Kane's fouls have come on second chance opportunities for Sacred Heart, where we don't clean up a rebound, we don't show enough effort to go for it, and now Kane pays the price for picking up a silly foul.
Tuttle misses the first free throw. He's 1 of 3 from the free throw line in this game. Second one is good. Each team scoring a free throw here in the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. Kerr with it, now out to Potacik. Reverse spin move there by Tiernan, left the shot short, and it comes out the other side with Sacred Heart. Up the floor to Noah Hines. He goes to the cup and is taken away up top, but a foul will be called there that will send Hines to the free throw line. Foul on Adam Teal, his second. Hines just 4 points. Have a chance here at the free throw line for 2. He misses the first. Second free throw on the way. Also hard off the heel. Isaiah Kerr will get it on the rebound. Up the floor, right-hand side, Potacik. Tiernan will leave it off to Hendricks Lund on the wing. Back out to Kerr. Three-pointer on the way. He splices it through. That's the second one in this game for Isaiah Kerr.
And see, the thing is, we take a little bit of action to them. They've got to collapse down. That's probably as open as Isaiah's been all night.
Luke Colan shoots a 3 from the left-hand corner. That's no good. Rebound Potacik. He tried to speed up the floor and pass it to Kerr in a sidecar on the right-hand side. It led Kerr a little too far. Pass floats out of bounds, and it's the second turnover for Southeast here in this period this far. Interesting situation for Sacred Heart. They traditionally, over the past few years anyway, have not done a midseason tournament. Well, they throw their hat in the ring. They end up down at Hillsboro with all the teams down there. They had Heston, they had Holcomb, they had Moundridge. Good Lord, that tournament was stacked. I mean, when you talk about Sacred Heart's not the best team, when they roll in there and they're undefeated, and then they take 2 losses. They go 1-2 in that tournament. You kind of like that, though, for Brian Gormley's squad, don't you? Because that just gets you ready for playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, there's with the size difference that they probably seen down there and the mismatches, they had to fight through a lot of things that they're potentially going to see if they make a deep run into their state tournament as well.
Here's a takeaway for Sacred Heart all the way the other end, and they're going to call a charging foul on Noah Hines. Hines might have hurt himself there. He ran into Potocik, and Hines is getting up a little bit slow after he has the foul called on him. That's his first foul, first turnover for Sacred Heart. And Hines will come out of the game. We know what kind of respect we have for Beloit, how good they are. And Sacred Heart beat them last week 61-37.
Yeah.
So this is a team that, I mean, you always look around your classification, you always kind of map that out around the state, right? And we do it during football. We're guilty of doing that as well. And you look and you say, okay, who's the guys? And for Sacred Heart, I mean, I don't think there's anybody in Class 2A that can touch Sterling, but that's your target, right?
Yeah, that's exactly it. And you kind of act like, at the end of the day, you want to be on the opposite side of Sterling, right? You want to at least get there to the state title game and just see what happens because, a bad shooting night and Sacred, let's just say it's Sacred Heart and them, a good shooting night by them and they play really well. You never know what happens. You just kind of want to stay away from Sterling until then.
Luke Colan, like a thief in the night, took the ball away from Isaiah Kerr and went and cashed it in for a layup. Extended this lead to 42-16. That was Luke's first basket of the day. Over halfway through this third quarter, Potocik, little spin move, trying to back down Maddox Wells. Wells up for the task, but then he's called for a foul. That will send Potocik to the free throw line. Tiernan 3 of 4 from the stripe here in this game, and that foul on Maddox Wells will be his second.
And I didn't see any of their games, of course, but you've intrigued me, and I may go back and watch bits and pieces of see how they lost because I'm not sure how you beat this team when they're on their A game. I mean, with the way that they can shoot, the way that they can handle your pressure, the way they rebound, I mean, I find it really hard to believe that whether it was just a bad shooting night, I'm kind of interested to figure out what actually went wrong in those games.
Well, the Moundridge boys were in that tournament as well. We know about them. Both boys and girls from Moundridge are very good. I believe Holcomb went into that tournament at Hillsboro undefeated. So you have that. You have the Heston boys in there, which we know all about them. Yeah. So, I mean, that's just that's the upper half of the teams in the tournament along with Sacred Heart. I mean, it was an unbelievable tournament. It was that way on the girls' side, too, and the Sacred Heart girls won the girls' side of it. So that kind of tells you what momentum they had coming into tonight. Here's Jacobson, bounces it up the floor to Lyric Lilly. Now a cross-court pass. Potocik for 3. Rimming off no good. Disberger with the rebound. 42-16. Here's Matucci back into the game for the first time in the second half, and he scores.
He just starts where he left off, right? I mean, it's just like he just never missed a beat at all.
I've always been a huge fan of Dominic Matucci. He has 19 points in this game. 44-16. Here's Jacobson. Steps to the side, shoots the 3. That's no good. Rebounded by Tuttle down low. 2:28 left to play here in the third. Tuttle trying to go up and score over the top of Tristan Swank, and it went out of bounds. Baseline official asking for help. Both outside officials say it was Southeast on the last touch, and it will stay on the offensive end here for Sacred Heart. Tiernan Potocik will come out for a break. 2:24 left to go in the third quarter. Matucci set to inbound. Does so to Tuttle, right-hand side of the lane. Turnaround shot, no good. Teal takes it off the rim on the rebound for Southeast of Saline. 2:14 left to go. 44-16. Lilly with it on the left. He'll work his way back to the middle of the floor. Now fire it back left to Teal. Over to Kerr. Now right-hand side to Swank. He'll shoot the 3 and nail it. Tristan Swank gets a 3.
What can he do?
First attempt, first make. He's 100%. Tristan and Sutton Douglas are 100% from the three-point line. Both 1 for 1 now. Here's a no-look pass over the shoulder, and Gannon Jacobson goes up and comes down on Disberger. Good thing they both are friendly and played that one out calmly. And the foul on Jacobson will be his third. Sorry, just a second. I thought he got that one earlier, and he did not in the first half. The long-distance shot put up by Tuttle. That's no good. And Jacobson comes speeding out the other way. 1:25 left to go here in the third quarter. Lilly and Kerr working on the right-hand side. Now it comes to Swank. They're working it around the perimeter. Lob pass inside to Jacobson. Nothing but Sacred Heart Knights around him. He's finding Swank. Tristan has scored now off of 2 Gannon-Jacobson passes. We talked about that on Friday as well at Ellsworth. Gannon had 6 assists in that game.
Yeah.
44-21.
And Gannon's just the type of guy that he's not going to force something. Like, if he's there and he's got somewhere, but he's not going to force those shots. He's going to find his guys that are open. He's going to trust them.
Loose ball, both teams scrambling after it. It's going to go out of bounds off the Knights, and it will go to southeast of Saline. 44-21, 56 seconds left to play here in the third. Sacred Heart with a big lead. Lilly with it on the left. Now to Teal. Back middle of the floor to Kerr. Kerr gets Jacobson on the cut. He'll elevate and shoot. That's no good. Tuttle inside with the rebound. Here comes Luke Colin. 35 seconds left to go here in the third. He'll play it to Wells in the corner. That three in and out, no good. The rebound by Sprague. Back to Colin. Back to Sprague on the right. Now to Tuttle. Tuttle trying to get in the paint. Had it stripped away by Jacobson. Now out to Sprague. He wants another three, and he got it. Colton Sprague, second three-pointer of the night. 26-point Sacred Heart lead. 12 seconds left to go here in the third period. Teal has it on the left. Clock down to 7. Now Kerr up at the logo. To Swank. He wants another one. Trying to go back-to-back. Off to the right. No good. And a foul on the rebound called on Tristan Swank at the end of the third. 47-21 our score. Southeast of Saline trailing Sacred Heart as we go to the fourth quarter. It's brought to you by Cale Sharp's Agency of Shelter Insurance in Salina.
Hi, this is Angela Gephardt from the Bank of Tuscan, and I'm still cheering on SES Trojans. Just like a great basketball team, we're here to assist, pass, and score big with you with our lineup of winning banking products. Whether you're looking to save with our traditional high-yield savings account, earn with Kasasa-free checkings, or secure your future with competitive loan options, we've got the tools to help you slam dunk your financial goals. Stop by one of our branches or visit Bank of Tuscan to learn more. The Bank of Tuscan, member FDIC.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you, so why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
For a free personal protection review, contact Shelter Agent Cale Sharp in Salina.
You're listening to Southeast Trojan Hoops on KINA.
It's that time of year again. Beautiful snow and ice. But if that's not what you want on your sidewalk or driveway, Sage's fast-acting snowplow ice melt with anti-tracking technology and liquefier is what you need. Safe on vegetation and works at sub-zero temperatures. Plus, it's the best ice melt out there. So this year, don't be caught off guard when the snow and ice starts falling. Call Sage Products at 309-1919 or visit us at sageselects.com.
At Maury Clinic Sports Medicine, we are available when you need us most. I'm Dr. Andrew Westbrook, and I am the sports medicine physician at Maury Clinic. I see patients of all ages and help them come back stronger than ever. From broken bones to joint pain, my team and I are committed to help you do more. For those with sports injuries, come see us at our sports medicine walk-in clinic Monday and Thursday mornings from 8 to 9 a.m. Prevent, recover, and strengthen so you can perform your best. Maury Clinic Sports Medicine. Make your move with confidence.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline basketball on KINA.
Back here at Sacred Heart High School, 47-21 our score. Devin Haney, also Kevin Lilly here for the boys contest. Shot up by Isaiah Kerr. Will Tuttle with another rebound. You ask your kids when they get buried in the first half like Southeast did in this game, you ask them to come out and still compete. It's exactly what Southeast did in that third quarter, Kev. They actually won the quarter 9-8.
Yeah, and I mean, that's all you can do, you know. Just possession by possession and get better and get better and get better. And there's a lot of things that we need to work on. So it's not like, you know, there's nothing to do. It's, you know, there's a lot of things this team doesn't do well. We got to start doing a little bit better.
Will Tuttle just scored. It gave him 10 for the night. And, of course, we're wearing headsets, and I didn't hear exactly, but Brian Gormley took a quick timeout to substitute, get him out of the game. I believe they said he just entered the 1,000-point club. Do you want to check on that? I'd like to know for sure. I'd like to have that information. 49-21. So Coach Gormley, man, that's his kids love him, and that's what he is always out. He knows exactly all those situations. So,
after checking it, he entered that 1,000-point club. Congratulations to him. It's a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, and it means he's been doing it for a little bit.
49-21, our score. Will Tuttle with 10. He checked out of the game there. He got a nice hand from the crowd here at Sacred Heart High School. Here's a runner now and a shot that is up and in off the backboard from Colton Sprague. They also called a foul, and it will be against Adam Teal, his third. So Colton Sprague already had 2 3-pointers. Now he's trying to get one the old-fashioned way with the runner and the free throw on top. Free throw, though, no good. Disberger gets it and puts it back in. Ben Disberger scores his first bucket of the game. All 5 Sacred Heart starters have scored.
And and I'm just sorry to cut you off, Devin. The thing is for me, I wish we had some of those younger kids, like at a time like this where they could get valuable time. We've got a lot of our starters out, you know, still playing, and I get it. You're not trying to just let in, but some of these guys need to come off the bench and get breaks. Like Gannon, for example. Gannon would be out of the game for me right now. You know, Lyric's got a knee injury. He would be out. Put some of these younger kids in.
Gannon Jacobson, just as you say that, he will get a steal, go to the basket, and cannot get that basket to go down.
Because isn't it a risk reward?
Yes, absolutely.
Right. There's nothing to accomplish out of this game. We're not coming back in the next 6 minutes. So now, what are we doing? You know, what? So we're going to get somebody hurt. One of the guys that we can't afford to get hurt.
Isaiah Kerr on the fast break. He's able to get on the accelerator and get down the right-hand side of the lane off the feed from Jacobson. He'll score the layup, and he is fouled, and he will step to the free throw line and try to complete the 3-point play. It's the biggest offensive output for Isaiah Kerr here in his senior season. Coming into this game, he scored 7 points against Abilene. His career high is 13 points. He did that last year as a junior against Republic County. And Kerr makes the free throw. He will now come out of the game. Hendricks Lund back in. Also, Jacobson will come out as well. So Kerr will actually stay in. It'll be Kerr, Potachik, Teal, Sawyers, Lund on the floor. Your starters for Southeast. 5 minutes left to go here in a game with a running clock. Mars sat in the corner, mishandled it. The Sacred Heart mascot tonight going casual with just a T-shirt and athletic shorts. Imagine when it's cold outside and you dress up in all that armor. That cold translates right through that metal, doesn't it?
Yeah, I would. Yep.
Probably better off just wearing shorts and a T-shirt.
Mm-hmm. Can I tell you a fun fact you might not know about me?
I love fun facts, yes.
I used to be the Mustang for Salina Central.
Okay, all right. Did you make any horsey noises like the Denver Broncos?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I did.
I'm glad, because I might have had to defriend you. Made the mistake one time of going to a Broncos game in Denver. I am scarred for life. I was not there to root for them.
Yeah.
4 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. 53-24. Here's a takeaway by Hendricks Lund. Lund coming on the court. 2 Knights are back. He's going to slam on the breaks down the block. Feeds it to Adam Teal at the last second. Teal can't get it to go, but Isaiah Kerr can. Isaiah Kerr with 11 points.
And so, for me, kind of just looking at the stat sheet and all that, you know, we had Hendricks on the road last week with 20. He's got 2 right now. Mm-hmm. That is the consistency that I'm talking about with some of these guys. You may not score 20, but can you give me 10?
Adam Teal had 15 Friday. He has 0 tonight.
right? Can you give me half, on those big games, can you give me 10? Can you give me 7? It's either feast or famine with this squad so far this year. It's either everybody scores or we just struggle as a group scoring.
Colton Sprague has 11. And that's nothing new for Sprague. He had 18 against Ellsworth earlier this season. He's just a freshman.
Another Isaiah Kerr 3.
Boy, he is just having a good scoring game. He started this game off and missed his first couple of shots, but he is stuck with it. 14 points. And that is a new career high. Shot put up. And it is good for Mason Brown. That's his second basket of the game. Couple of substitutions here. Potacek will come out. Kerr, Teal, Keller is in. Swank, Calzada all into the game for Southeast of Saline. 2:14 left to go. So talking with Shauna Smith about the girls, and we were just kind of talking about, man, you get back from holidays. This year it seemed like we got back to basketball games faster than what we ever have. You're playing games when school isn't even in session yet on the 2nd of January. Then you're kind of looking ahead, getting through some league games with Swank scoring down low, and you're working towards that midseason tournament, right? Then the midseason tournament hits. It used to be a schedule where you'd come out of that and you'd have Tuesday off. You didn't have that this year. You had Tuesday, Friday, and it's like you actually have a day on Friday where you're not going to play. Is it time for this team to kind of take a break and to step away a little bit?
I think so. I think for how the season has gone, I think maybe just stepping away from basketball and let everybody decompress, because, what we're doing right now, at times it looks really, really good, but at times we also look really, really lost, and I think everybody's frustrated.
Yeah.
Some of these, there once was a staple of Southeast basketball, making state runs. And I think all these guys realize that. They're just not there, and I think it's a frustration setting in on their part.
Well, and the blessing that you have with the schedule that you play is you get a week off, but then you come back and you play Beloit.
Yeah, congratulations.
It will be nice to be at home, though. 6 straight road games for Southeast of Saline as Calzada hits a 3. Edgar Calzada.
Man, I'll tell you what, that's the most impressive thing. Where the kid has sat on the bench, and they do this in KU games. Bill Self used to do it. You know what I mean? That fan favorite comes in and hits that, last-minute three-pointer. That's just such a hard feat to do.
There's a block inside by Kane Sawyers. Off to Calzada. Here comes Edgar Calzada speeding down the right-hand side. He gets a layup and scores. Edgar Calzada with 5. 58-38. This is going to end up being a 20-point game, as looks like Drew Sprague is just going to dribble it out here at half court. He says, let's end this. And I think everybody on the court will agree with him as well. 58-38 will be our final score. As Southeast of Saline moves to 5-12 overall. They will go to 3-5 in league play. Meanwhile, Sacred Heart gets right back in the win column here. They have won 3 in a row now. They are 16-2 overall, and they are 7-0 in league play. 58-38, our final score. We'll compile the numbers. When we come back, we'll go over those. Also have a Vernon Jewelers Gym of the Game. It's all coming up. When we come back, postgame is brought to you by Commercial Tire Centers, and it starts now after a night's victory, 58-38 here on KINA.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire-related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th, Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
February is the month of love, and at Vernon Jewelers in Salina, we've been helping families mark life's milestones for generations. Right now, we have items up to 30% off with gifts starting under $100. From diamond jewelry and watches to custom designs and expert repairs, Our experienced team is here to help. Follow Vernon Jewelers on Facebook and Instagram for daily specials and look for the iconic downtown sign, serving you for 142 years because we're not old, we're just really good at what we do.
Time now for the Trojan postgame show on KINA. Stick around for the game recap, final stats, and reaction from the coach. This is Trojan basketball on KINA.
Back here on postgame, brought to you by Commercial Tire Centers. It is a 58-38 victory for the Sacred Heart Knights. They go to 16-2 now on the season. Southeast of Saline drops to 5-12. Next game for Sacred Heart will be Friday at Minneapolis. Next game for Southeast of Saline will be Tuesday at home against Beloit. I think the most impressive thing, Kevin, the Southeast of Saline didn't give up in this game after a really, really bad first half. They were down at halftime 39-12. They come back and they compete very well. They win the third quarter. They actually were down by 30 to start the fourth quarter, but come back, get it back to 20. A little bit of a moral victory, I know, but you can't really complain about the way these kids compete. Things just didn't go their way tonight early on.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We've got to figure out a way to, start games a little bit better and be able to run an offense that's going to put other teams in bad situations. And, whether that's a pick and roll, we talked about it a couple times with Tristan, somebody's got to roll because what they were doing to us is putting our defense in a bad situation. We don't put anybody's defense in a bad situation because all they're doing is collapsing on our driver, right? And then if we do throw it out, we do throw it out. If not, so there's really no guessing game that you don't make their defense think. And, if they think wrong, I can't remember the last time we were running offense and we got an easy layup, a wide open layup. Yeah. That's the struggle and the frustration on my part is that we just don't put people in bad positions to have to make a decision.
Let's go over scoring for you for for Southeast of Saline. Isaiah Kerr, a new career high for him with 14 points. 7 points for Tristan Swank. That's the second game in a row now. Tristan has scored 7. 5 points for Tiernan Patacic. 5 points for Edgar Calzada. 4 points for Hendricks Lund. 3 for Lyric Lilly. Southeast of Saline was 4 of 9 from the free throw line. For Sacred Heart, their leading scorer tonight was Dominic Matucci with 19, also in double digits. 11 for freshman Colton Sprague, 10 points for Will Tuttle. Also in the scoring column, 7 points tonight for Mason Brown, 4 points for Noah Hines, 3 points for Maddox Wells, 2 points for Ben Disberger, 2 points for Ben Mars. 5 of 11 from the free throw line with Sacred Heart. 10 turnovers for Southeast of Saline, 5 turnovers for Sacred Heart. And Southeast of Saline gets swept here in Salina against the Sacred Heart Knights. Sacred Heart also won the girl contest earlier this evening by a count of 51-44. That will wrap it up here from Sacred Heart. We will be back in action with Southeast of Saline basketball on Tuesday. No game on Friday. Tuesday will be the day that we are back in action as Southeast of Saline will be back at home to take on Beloit. For Chris Cadle back at Studio Central, also Brian Dennett on video tonight, providing that live stream video on SalinaPost.com. You can watch those games on demand anytime. Also Tyler Smith and Kevin Lilly. My name is Devin Haney saying thank you for joining us for Southeast of Saline Trojan basketball was presented tonight by the Cale Sharp Agency of Shelter Insurance.